Hello and welcome. Right, we've got a big chunky live stream today. We are going to carry on with the base of this monstrosity just here for Blastoise. Then we've got a lot of moving to do in the Miniland section. Then we're going to see exactly what the time is and if we're going to get this unboxed today. If not, it'll be its own stream tomorrow, and then we'll carry on with Blastoise as well. But I have made some space. We've got some bits and pieces that all need to be chopped and changed and done. So all of this, look, we've got more space up at the top. I want to get this side all sorted, which includes moving this roller coaster into position. So when the roller coaster starts to move, the boxes are going to have to move and all of that kind of thing, because this just is not working where it is. But I'm going to try and spin it round so the loop is facing forward. So the loop is going to start where it is, and then this bit kicks around that way. We're then going to have a potential strip of all of the larger Pokemon sets and all of the Super Mario sets across the front to all really nice vibrant colors, because what I've started to do is just add in some of the plating. So I've just roughly put it in. So that's what that's going to carry on. And then we will add in the smaller architecture sets, I think, on the top of that Kallax. So it frees up all of this. So we're going to get this out the way today. We're going to get this spun today. And we're going to get these sort of placed in situ. I think this big thing here, if we move it all about and do everything right, it should be basically there. That's where it should be, we think. So we'll wait and see what happens. So we're in for a long haul, basically. So get your snacks ready, get your builds done. And yeah, we'll wait and see what happens. I know in the screen grab I put that we're going to be opening up this. That will be opened up last. So if it doesn't start today, we might end up opening it today and then carrying on with it tomorrow. But we'll just have to wait and see what happens with all of that. But good afternoon to absolutely everybody that's already in the chat. So hello and welcome. So there's a poll running as per normal. What big Lego Pokemon set would you like next? So would you like a big Snorlax? Would you like this again, but from the original trio, sort of same base, same sort of design as a 3? Would you like a big stadium, or would you like a Pokemon City? So spoiled for choice with regards to that. I didn't put a Pokeball on there because, of course, it's on its way, isn't it? So none of these, I don't think, I've just made all of these. I've just made all of these up. So yeah, that's how is that going to work. Now, who is in the chat? TGI, hello to you. Ultrabricks, hello to you. Reese, good afternoon. How is everybody? And yes, Ultrabricks has changed the picture again. So a brick-built Snorlax with articulation, says DGI. Well, that wouldn't be a bad one. That wouldn't be a bad one at all. So yeah, there's lots to do. So we're going to get this base in, because you can see for the first time I've actually put the base together. So just that little thing just there. That doesn't look too bad, I don't think. So you've got to imagine there's going to be a path and everything going around it. I've only just placed this there. There's the stand for it to go on, but that could be angled up. There could be a nice path around. But I think if this got moved over ever so slightly and this coaster just got spun round, if the coaster got spun round, it means we can actually then use it, and it would just make life a little bit easier with this bit just here. So what we then have is a full display on 4 tables, all the way around the actual coaster, because the Jurassic Park section is, don't forget, behind this box. So the Jurassic Park stuff will be moved separately. So we're going to get this side of the roller coaster placed today, this side of the roller coaster done tomorrow. So there's lots and lots of moving along with some building bits and pieces as well. So every couple of bags, we can then just crack on and basically move some stuff. And of course, this will be the first thing that does get moved. And then everything else will come about from there. Because if I can keep the Bowser where it is, and we just pick up the blue and the greens, I do quite like how the blue and the green looks on those two. I think that's going to work quite nicely. I do like the black underneath the Bowser. So I think all of that is good. Good afternoon to Jay. He's a man on a mission today, Jay. So feel free, Jay, to email some photos over if you get a chance. And also I can share that with everybody for your toy room collection, because nobody's seen it, have they? They've seen your bits and pieces in the Lego room, but not what it is that you are going to be doing. You could do it at its worst and then keep it quiet for what's going to be coming at its best. Well, the coaster itself, I can't do anything else with it until it moves, because don't forget, because we've pushed it all the way back, it's stuck to the top. So it looks good on camera, but where it feeds in at the top, the bit doesn't work. And then because it doesn't work, and this is on the table, this bit's never going to work because it's on a separate table that's higher. So it's all a little bit skew whiff. So yeah, we'll try and get that in and get it working. But yeah, if we can just keep it on its axis and spin it round on itself. So it's basically going to go probably just behind. I would imagine it will go just behind where the Pokemon stuff is now, and then we can bring that forward, and then big stuff all the way across the front, and then it will wrap around into this bit, and then more bigger stuff probably at the back, and then we've got some city stuff to do as well. So what we'll probably end up doing is we'll do it in stages, I think, because obviously I will probably have to move this box at some point, which will have to go where the light is. So there's lots of stuff to sort out. Yeah, there's just basically just need to. Yeah, it's just it looks nice on camera, but it just won't because obviously this has all come about since Pokemon's happened, isn't it? So the backdrop, the eyeball's going to stay where it is because that potentially at a push could work as the architecture within the mini-land, and it's just more of an evil area. The haunted house will just go with the Jurassic Park. There it is. That's the ride for Jurassic Park underneath that table. So we're going to have a Jurassic Park display, and we'll have, there we go, we'll have the new space for the new dinosaur then as well. So it's amazing how quickly the LEGO group announced different bits and pieces. So I am going to, as always, get the instructions ready on the Tinterweb, and then we will crack on and go from there. I've got loads and loads and loads of supplies with me, so that will be good. So loads and loads of supplies. What we got? Lego inside this. Don't actually know what some of these are. It's all right. We'll have a look at the Lego website later on because we are in, like I said, for the long haul for this one. So we will. What are we? 72153. Yeah, I think we will get the. I don't know how many bags there are for this base. So let me show you again what it is I'm doing, and then so you know how to do it. So I don't know how many bags there are for the actual crack on with, but this is the base. So you go onto here. We're now on, of course, this one just here. It's a much smaller booklet, as we know. We read the production booklet yesterday, and then because we should potentially get through the bags half decent, but because we are where we are and I'm doing this bit now, so we're already 100 and oh no, I stopped on this one, didn't I? So we're here, we're already at no, done those, they're on, so we are going down. So it's the next one, so we're on step 163, so I'll do 6 the same thing, which takes us up to page 107. And still looking at this, there's all the rockery and stuff to add in. So I'm assuming that's coming on bag 36 and whatever else. So maybe we might move the coast to early doors and then start making space early and then do a longer chunk. So it's just however it gets broken up over the stream. So every few bags, we'll move a couple of sets because that way we can ponder on it and then come back to it rather than just be like, oh, it's done. And then think, oh, hang on, it doesn't fit here. It doesn't fit there. So we can get it all together. So that is the plan. I want to know what you guys and girls are going to be building in the background as well. So whatever it is you've ordered, whatever it is you're doing, so I've even got these little trees about, which I want to put, of course, I've got them all here, look. So there's a handful of trees that I want to put in front of it when we do this mini land walkthrough and all that kind of thing. So yeah, there's some good bits and pieces, to do. Right, so that's where you guys and girls are. I've got the instructions in the background, and I am tucking straight in to this. I need to grab the base, which is this thing just here, because I tried it before. I just wondered how big the base was. It does actually work with the Bowser there and that there, with the base plate gap. It looks all right. It does look all right. But I think if we can just bring this set over so it's basically here, I think that would be a nice thing. And then we can just figure everything else out as we go. But I have done 2 of these already, so we can just plot on. You got any ideas with regards to layouts of what would work where, or of course what sets potentially is an option for the future? We're going to be these are all going to be mainly for Pokemon stuff anyway. Obviously probably Luigi's car at some point for the larger one, which you're sort of going into its own land on that one, which I think that would work all right. But yeah, it should be good fun. Right, so let me catch it. What's going on? What's going on with you lot? No, I don't have any of those. There is the piranha plant that would fit with this scale now. I think it's still out, but I haven't picked it up. But also at the same time, I don't want to give too much space to the Mario because we know how much Pokemon stuff's coming out, and obviously this is, well, you can see yourself, it's massive, so it's going to take up a lot of space. I think these sets need a little bit of breathing space around them as well, so you can't really cram them. You can't really cram them all in. The one thing that I am unsure of is, do I have the special sets in a slightly different place, or do they go with the architecture like this smaller worlds? So because we're going to be making like a little world display. Yes, DJI, it says, do the Pokemon sets use quite big pieces? To be honest, I'm quite surprised. Yeah, a lot of them, there's a lot of big elements. This base had a lot of smaller elements in than the others, but the actual Pokemon themselves, they are big bits, which is nice. So yeah, that's all good fun. Oddly, how are we to you? I'm here because I'm locked out of my work PC. Oh, what have you been getting up to then? Naughty. Somebody's been looking at things they shouldn't be looking at. Oddly's been caught out. So with regards to the poll, again, everybody that's liked the video, guys, thank you very much indeed. With 6 votes into the poll at the moment, Pokemon City is winning. 0 for a big stadium. There is a stadium bus, though, coming, so don't be too disappointed if that is the next big set. And then you've got this again as the original 3. And then, because the only one that probably wouldn't sell very well would be the middle 3, because they don't really you don't really see. I'm nearly 2 seasons in, and you hardly see the middle 3 at all, because Ash's version was only in the middle stage for like 3 episodes, and it evolved really quickly. So that's why he's got no control over it whatsoever. Right, okay. You guys and girls are where you are. That is where that is. And yeah, you can see the little Venusaur's head just there, which is looking nice. Right, we're good. Let's carry on with this. Okay. So yeah, this hasn't been too bad so far. But yeah, we're just going to go for a long, lengthy stream today, and I'll be, like I said, mixing bits and pieces up. It might be easier actually if I just do a couple of bags of this, spin you round, move this box so you're on top of this box, so you can actually see, and we can actually put the base plates in the far corner, come back down, build a couple more pieces, and then I'll be able to move this because the smaller architecture sets are out the way. So then there's going to be method to the madness for all of this, but we will see exactly what is going to happen. So where are we at? 2, 3, we're at 5. 1 more for 6. 1 more for 6. Where are we? Okay. And then we will see where these get added on to. Like I said, we're in no rush to get these built, but we've got lots and lots and lots and lots to do. And of course, we've got the other sort of larger diorama pieces to put in as well, haven't we? Which would be nice and exciting. So we are going to be putting these bits in, and they go like that, I do believe. You can see how they're starting to wrap around. Weird looking. Got sort of the deep blue on the one and the light blue on the other. So that's what the base is starting to look like with all of that. Very simply done. It's just bigger pieces. I thought all of them were going to be really, really small bits, but they're not. So, but again, for me, it's going to work. You're going to see it on camera, but there is a lot of pieces used in on this one. That is for sure. I will catch back up with you guys and go, let me get this bag done, and then I'll catch back up with the chat in reverse order. Obviously, make use of your emojis. Still have not had time to add any new ones in. New ones will be added for tomorrow, if I get a chance. It has just been a little bit chaotic, as it always is. But you can see that these are going all the way around. So there's 13 of these to add. 13 of these, and you just pick and choose what height they're going to be going in. And of course, like I said, let me know what it is you're building, because when I'm either between bags or whatever else is, I've got the Lego website up in the background. You can show off what it is you are doing. Jay is now thinking actually of getting the shipping container set, as I did send him a reminder of how probably 10% of every single Legoland park around the world is water. And of course, in that water, they have shipping containers, which are probably about 100,000 pieces big. So Jay's now very impressed, and he's now he's hashtag team shipping container. So these move, do they move? Yeah, they do. So you can move them up and down, I guess, to the height that it is that you want them to be. He says, as one comes flying off. That one's fixed. The outer edges are fixed. Some of them fixed and some of them are moved, which is a little bit bizarre. But that's what that looks like. So, yeah, what the hell they got them? They've got them stepped and staggered. They've got them. So it looks like it comes down and comes back up again. Have a bit of a play, but yeah, that's what that's starting to look like. Right. Back up, back through. Let me have a look at what's in. So Oddly says, I entered the correct password for over half an hour yesterday, and it finally worked. Then it's fair enough. The shipping container got to be massive, says DJI Therese. Got to have a table just for it. I think it's 2 base plates, isn't it? What are people's opinions on the botanical gardens? Do you think it's a set worth before? Well, it's stuck behind that box, Reese. So this weekend, I can get it out in front of you and you can see it for yourself. It is gorgeous on the inside. It's big, though, because it's 2 base plates, and you need a lot of space around the front of it. So it depends on how you're going to display it. That's the thing. That's all it is. It looks great. I'm using it for Jurassic Park. If I didn't have it as a theme park thing, I don't think I'd have actually made it work, to be fair. But I don't know if you could have it as a city. Oldrick says, it will be glorious to basic in the length of the shipping container. Oddly's figure arrived yesterday. What have we got? Yeah, that's it. Ultrabrick says, while major news, Jay is now team container. That's it. I think you should get that hashtag in. Team container is a good one. Yeah, I'm sure he'll crumble at the pressure. I am sure he will crumble at the pressure. But again, everybody that's liked the video so far, guys, thank you very much indeed. 7 votes in now in the poll. Snorlax is at 29%. Pokemon City is at 57%. Right, so we have got more little bits and pieces to add to this. Ultrabrix's message has been deleted by Jay's Toy Collection UK. So Jay is not team. I don't think I can undo what Jay's done. Jay has too much. I think Jay's got too much power on the channel. That's what it is. Can I? I don't know if I can undo it. So yeah, there we go. That's what it is. So Jay despises that shipping container still to this day. Unbelievable. He's done that while dangling onto a ladder as well. He's hiding all sorts of news from the people. Deep down, he knows that shipping container is the bee's knees. And why do I have so many bits of water left? That should not be the case. I'm sure that should not be the case. No. No. Caught it. So, yeah, you can get your team, hashtag team shipping container. The power of the Wonka. As Jay is there showing off the power. Disgraceful misuse of power. Crime against the shipping container. That's it. Jay is losing fans as we speak. It is literally Jay versus the chat on this set as well. That's the thing. All right, first display is Sega Golden Axe. Well, that is a solid start to Jay's display, that's for sure. But yeah, email over updates, Jay, with what you're getting on. If you want to show it off, if you don't, then obviously you want to keep it secret and hidden. That's absolutely fine. Right, that's that bag. That's that bag done. But I think I'll get another one done before we tuck in. Now, I wonder if he's actually put Ultra in a timeout. I can see it, but I can't undo it. I would have thought I'd have been able to undo it, but I don't understand why I can't. Why can't I undo what Jay's done? There's got to be a way. Got to be a way. I don't understand why I can't do it. I've got all the drop down. I could pin the message to the top, but I don't think anybody's going to see it, which is a bit of a shame. I'll figure it out. We'll figure it out as we go. Right, okay. So next bag on this. Remember, I've got that bizarre box on the floor, and we are on bag 36. 60 seconds timeout. 60 second timeout. That's it. Fantastic. Oh, here we go. Right, okay, so bag number 36. Jay's going to be back to lurking. So because Jay's lurking, you guys and girls now can write as many hashtag team container as you want in the chat, and you won't see it because I won't say it out loud, so it's absolutely fine. That is absolutely fine. Right, we are now. Some of those. We've got to be getting close to the base he stands on, because I still these bits aren't even ready for for him to stand on yet. So we still haven't got to the bit where he's going to stand on. Where are we on this one? Oh, it's there. That makes sense. That makes sense. Right, okay. That doesn't make sense. That does not make sense. Get in there. Be careful with those. Keep putting the wrong ones in. Wrong ones in and the wrong ways in. Bit silly. Right, there we go. Okie dokie. Oddly is having an absolute nightmare. We'll just join in with the chat, Oddly. It's fine. We're just going to be chilling out for a long, long time. I'm going to be putting some base plates down. I think probably what I do is every 2 bags or every 3 bags, I'll move to do the other little bits, and then we'll come back and do this. So so with regards to the poll at the moment, I can see it moving all the time, which is good to see. So I'm glad you guys and girls are getting your votes in, because there is really, isn't there, a lot of stuff that they can do if they want to. I just wonder how modern they're going to go. I wonder at what point, because obviously all the newer stuff is also still outrageously popular, isn't it? So I don't know if they will just do it year by year. Because they're not going to give us all of them, surely. I don't think they're going to do anything from the films either. Yeah, so the colours they used that are in the shipping container underneath it is the same beautiful blue as that Venusaur, which, yeah, it does look. It's a very, very nice looking blue. Very, very nice looking blue. So again, feel free to email me or just send it to it on Instagram and I can show it off on the screen, whatever it is that you guys and girls are doing, building, attacking and having fun with. And I can share that between sort of bags as we go, because obviously these bag sizes aren't the biggest. I think I'm halfway for bag numbers though, or just over halfway now for bag numbers, because we finished, yes, what are we on, 36 now? 36, yes. Yeah, so there's only 60 bags, 65 bags, I think, maybe 65. Oh, I think bag 11, where I finally have Harley Quinn. Ah, yes. So don't forget, DJI has picked up that beautiful Apocalypse Berg, and that was your spontaneous purchase. Was that last Sunday or Saturday? You just randomly got the urge to do that. That's a big purchase. That is a big old purchase, but also look great at the same time. Oh, yeah, I can see. What the hell? I can't see for love or money what this bit's supposed to be. That's that. Got it. Using the wrong bits. 45. Right, yeah. So, yeah, I think after this, I will place some base plates down on the other side. Just and move some of those smaller bits, and we can get an understanding of roughly what will go where, just as a template, because I'm not going to spend a huge amount of time on that section, because that literally will need to be, studs will need to be counted and all that kind of thing. And then yeah, we'll just keep mixing and matching it in with doing some bags. So yeah, two or three bags at a time. Like I said, no rush whatsoever. But yeah, seeing that Bowser where it is, I think it's going to look nice. I'm just concerned about the coaster. As long as I can get that coaster to spin, we should be. He says we should be all right. But something like this is just getting chunky. I don't know what this bit's all to do with. Nice prints. So how many stickers do you have? Jay's lurking. Yeah, Jay's a lurker. He's sorting out some bits and pieces. So Jay's just lurking in the background. That's it. He's busy sorting out all of his lighting and all that kind of stuff on his display. So yeah, all lurking away. Eyeballs everywhere. Look, eyeballs everywhere. He knows though. If you say his name, he will appear. That's what it is. Olderbricks, has he blocked you for like an hour instead of 1 minute because you haven't said a single thing since? What have you done to the poor man? He's got a brand new profile picture. What's going on? What is going on? Right, we are that one and that one. Jay believes in Joe Henry with the clap. There was no hand claps with it. What's this? We can't have half a comment like that. We can't have half a comment. So I'm gonna start it off early. I'm gonna start it off early because what is any one of you going to be having a takeaway this evening? Is tonight the night where you decide to give it the beans, or are we going to be leaving it for another day? Uh, 51, 52, instructions so weird. 53, 54. That's what I'm after. So I am on step 154, page 114. of the second booklet. There it is. And I suppose actually, this is something I haven't asked. Has any of you also got the World Cup trophy? Did anybody get any of the? Because something I didn't even think to mention of when we were talking about the helmets the other night when they got done. Did anybody sneakily order one of those? Does it look all right built, or is it a bit of a monstrosity? Is it one of those sets that look nicer done up? Because like I said, I know somebody that's got the football. I've not seen it built, but I will be trying to get to a Lego store at some point just to see what is going on. Yeah, that's it. To be fair, it is probably just me. It's probably what I've done. I've just timed it very well for you, oddly, that you can't do any work and you're just stuck there watching this Pokemon set come together. If you can figure out what this bit's supposed to be, any idea what this bit's supposed to be? Any idea? The pin might give it away. That's the only clue that you're getting. But we are on step 161. 161. Oh, this bag's flown together, so that's not too bad at all. Lots of different parts usage on this one. These last two bags have been okay. It was a mashup of bigger and smaller bits, so that's flown together, that bag. No drama at all. This is the top bit, is what this is. So this bit, I do believe, is supposed to go, as I built it correctly, in there. Which is never going to fit. What and how? Oh, clever. Right, that's why. So you actually push them down to the actual wave angle, look, is just underneath the actual bit. So it goes down underneath where it looks like he's standing in the water. And I'm assuming it'll do the same thing. It'll do the same thing on the other side. So it's a big foot. It is a big foot. I don't think it's as big as the other one, but that is a big old chunk. So maybe we've actually got one more bag for the base. So why don't I check to see that bag? So that's the end of 36. Is 37? Let me have a look. Is bag 37 the last bit of... Yes, it is. Right, we'll do one more bag then. We'll do one more bag, then that base is done. And then we can then put it together and start to get a rough idea of the height. Move the architecture, the smaller architecture sets, and get some base plates down. And then we can carry on building up some of Blastoise. And then move the roller coaster around and basically see what's what. So that's great. Because also what we've got to think of is now I'm moving the coaster, I need to figure out exactly how tall this is going to be as well. So you did another stream with rides, build all the small little sets. What do you think of them? Are they got the teeny tiny little minifigures in there, haven't they? So Aldi says, I'm not building anything now. I was building the re-brick book nook and actually had to stop because the instructions are so terrible and it was missing a lot of pieces. Well, this is the thing. This is the problem with certain stuff, isn't it? That they don't have the same sort of thorough thing behind it. So some of them are fantastic, some of them aren't. It's it's lucky dip, and you take it with a pinch of salt. But I was still amazed that the smart brick was developed by 5 to 7 years, I think, if I remember rightly. That's a long, long time for product testing and all that kind of thing for that. So the amount of stress tests that they do for all the different sets and things, it's a lot. Right, so we're on bag 37. So not too bad at all. So again, let us know what it is you're building in the background. 50% of you now would like a Pokemon City, 25% for the original 3, just like this. And Snorlax is at 25% as well. Nobody's after the big stadium as of yet. Okay. Right. Productive first 35 minutes. That's not too bad whatsoever. We've smashed some of that out. Yeah, because I do want to figure out what I'm going to be doing with the base plate strips, because I could just go full length of the table in the multiple colors and then do the paths to match, because I do like the black, the red. I do like the black, green, blue, green combination. So yeah, we'll see. And because this coaster is so open, you're going to be able to see everything that goes through it anyway. So that's quite nice. Okay, got my eyes water. That was cold. Right, okay. Number 37. Because I read the comments backwards, all I saw then was Jay's name and stripped. That, honestly, is not a pretty sight to behold, to be quite honest. So I'm glad I then carried on to read it, and it said light strip. Now, I can re-bring back, if required, the other Pokemon, because don't forget, for the Pokemon release countdown, we had all the other Pokemon on there, didn't we? We had Pikachu on there and a couple of the others as well. But we we just had to chop and change. Just have to chop and change some of them, because what we got in there at the moment, we've got the I'm Crumbing. So yeah, we've got 2 Pokemon, 2 Toilet Humor, somebody that's crumbing because they keep crumbling at buying the sets, and 2 Wonka at the moment. So really, I need to change. I need to tag and put Blastoise in for, well, Blastoise or Squirtle, sorry. I need to tag Squirtle in. So, and then if I did Squirtle next, because that's what I should have done. I should have done Squirtle and then Charizard for the Charizard build, because technically that one's done. So we're now on that one. So make the most of your little Venusaur ones, because or Bulbasaur, sorry. Make the use of your Bulbasaur. I don't really want to get rid of Bulbasaur though, because it's such a cool one. But the Pikachu look good as well. But we'll add the Charizard in separately, so we'll do separate Pokemon for separate ones. But Jay has stripped his old lighting, covered it in electrics. I'm going to keep calling your name, Ultra Bricks, because you still haven't said a single thing since. I still think Jay might put you in for a year by mistake. I think that's what's happened. Can you imagine that? Banned for life. It's like, whoops. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to do that. But this one's now going back into the smaller bits and pieces. But no, we can do a Charizard for you, Oddly. Not a problem at all. Well, we'll be doing Charizard for the next one. So yeah, they do look smart, don't they? But yeah, you got all of these little bits and pieces as well, which I think look nice. Just get the Lego website up in the background. Well, that doesn't sound very good, does it? Something's happened. Good grief, something's happened. What is that all about? Okay. Ignore me for a second. That was not very entertaining, but just have to bear with me. Where are we? There it is. Okay, right. I'm just doing something for you guys and girls in the background, but I'm not 100% sure it's going to work. It probably won't. So make use of that Pokemon emoji because it's about to change. If I've done it right, then it will change. If it's not going to work, then, well, it's not going to work. So, let's have a look. Make the use of it. Make use. It's a cool. I do like it. I think it's a cool looking. I think it's a cool one. But we will. This one definitely. This will be coming back. The one that I've just put in, that is coming back. But for today's stream, we will be changing it. He says, if I can. All right, we're going to tag the one to the other. No, bugger it. Bugger it. Yeah, but it's just too hard to find the images. I'm not going to lie. It just takes ages to hunt them down. And that's just failed. What I was trying to do is completely failed. So, why aren't you... Go for the baby form. Because the images are so tiny. So tiny. That it just takes forever. Forever! And it's really annoying when it doesn't save it properly as well. Because then you've got to do it all over again. Oh, for the sake of... This is how long it takes. This is how long it takes me to do it. It's like, oh, please work. Why aren't you working? You watch, I'll do it and it won't actually work anyway. There it is. We've got it. Found one. Not perfect, but it will do. He says. Good. Good. Right, that should be with you in a second. Oh, breathe. Look at that. He says, yeah, that should be live now. There you go. You've just been tag teamed in. That's all you're getting for now. Spoiled, you lot. Spoiled. Right, there we go. Back onto the instructions. Crack on with everything else. I bet you that looks absolutely dreadful, and it won't work either. But we are on step 167. There we go. And then we've got these on the back. Because let's be honest, we can't get rid of Code Brown ever, and we can't get rid of Jay's Golden Toilet, can we? So I'm only limited to what I can rotate, in and out all the time. But that is the next bit, I do believe, that gets added on to here. So hopefully, Reese and everybody else, you should have the opportunity to see it. I don't know what it'll look like. You have to let me know what you think. Oh yeah, you can kind of see it, can't you? You can kind of see it. We can easily change it. I can change it back in about 5 seconds, so that's not a problem. I can tag them back out, but that's just a new one. But yeah, you show them off like that, Reese. Show them off in sets of 3, and we can see which one looks the best. We can see one that needs to be replaced. You can show them all off for me because I can see them nice and clearly that way. Reese can be our emoji specialist for a couple of minutes, and you can just show them off in sets of 3s, and we can just see what all of them look like. Every single one in a group of 3. That Oompa Loompa looks ridiculous. Oh, the Oompa Loompa. Yeah, the Pokeball looks amazing. That looks really clear as well. Bearing in mind the actual picture itself is tiny. There's Jay's Golden Throne. Oddly is literally having a battle with his own computer. Oh, it's good, Oddly. It's not your fault. You're getting paid for it, aren't you? So it doesn't matter too much. It does not matter too much. This is the other. Oh, yeah. What are we on? Step 187. Is that all of them? Is that all of them? So we got Squirtle, Cold Brown, 2 Oompas. How many are we up to now? 2, 4. We're up to 7, aren't we? Well, you know what you could do to be a perfect son is if you did the micro scale castle for Mother's Day now, you've already got your Christmas gift sorted then, haven't you, for the actual hot chocolate stand to build on Christmas Day? As you did end up with about 50 of them, I do believe. If they're aware of the problem, there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do. So you're just going to have to do what you can do. Just basically enjoy. Enjoy yourself. You going away anywhere nice for your break? Or will you just be crying into the pillow for the whole time that you are off? Oh. Help if I actually put all the pieces on, wouldn't it? So this is another chunky base, but this is, I suppose, this is a good one because you could just do. How many of those micro castles have you got left? Because I thought you've been trying to get them gone for a long time. Because you got what, 4 of them, 5 of them? You got 2 or 3. Yeah. Well, you could potentially get them. Well, I suppose I mean, you could you not make a mock out of them? Is the parts usage no good? There might be something you might be able to do. Because I'm sure you could do something with the Titanic, couldn't you? And add some of those in there. What are we at to on this one? I don't buy Lego to build it. Do you just look at the box? Don't lie. You bought that Titanic and you enjoyed putting every single piece of that together. That was your most enjoyable build you've ever done, I'm sure. I think it must be a toy collector's thing that you guys, because Jay's exactly the same. He doesn't get the Lego to actually build it. He just gets it because it looks nice on display. So yeah, it must be a different sort of community for you guys and girls that collect all the bits and pieces. And Jay, are you going to share your news, by the way? Because obviously you were talking to this group yesterday. Are you going to share the news of the voice note that you left me last night with extremely heavy, deep breathing? I woke up to that this morning like, oh, I was not expecting that. Is Jay pregnant again? Could well be. He might be. Jay has news. Displaying good, building is for the wife. So it must be a toy. It must just be a toy thing. Then this is getting large. Oh, exclusive! It's exclusive news to everybody that was here yesterday. Well, there's an emoji for that, Jay. We specifically put. So Jay has. Oh, I need to put code brown on that one. I can't get rid of it. Ignore that. So that was probably Jay actually last night. But this was Jay. Jay has crumbled the biggest. Jay has crumbled the most because he said last night, "Oh, I'm thinking of getting a cat layer." What time did we end the stream last night? 8:30, 8:45 last night. I got a voice note at 11 p.m. Just so you know, I have got a cat layer, which, bearing in mind, is what, 2.5 base plates wide by 3 base plates tall, I think. So it's a huge thing. It's 24, 26 inches wide and 30 something high. Or it might even the other way around. Was it bigger? It's a beast. So we can, if you understand it in base plate scale, it's huge. And yeah, Jay crumbled. And that basically would imagine now is going to set everybody else off, because everybody else is going to be like, oh yeah, I bought this, I bought that. That's what happened last week. Everybody all of a sudden started to backtrack sets, and Reese was getting the itch to buy different bits and pieces, and there was all sorts of going on about 30 inches deep and wide. It's 40 inches high, so 4 base plates tall, and so it's 3 by 3, so it takes up 6 base plates. Ouch. I'm just looking at my Colosseum at the moment going, I'm looking at that, Jay, going, do you understand what you have done? Because that thing is massive. And again, everybody, the Flintstones house is still on the inside of that. It's still there. So there we go. 30. So it's 4 base plates. 6 base plates. Sorry, 6 base plates. Ouch. Big space. I hope you have measured that correctly, because if you are off, you never will be, because it's me that's always off by a stud, hence the name of the channel. You would be more than likely in serious bother if you got that wrong. Where's this bit? Right, that's the other foot. Where are we going with? Where does that go? There. Ah, goes there. Oh, perfect. Okay. There is actually a little guide that it slides onto. It doesn't seem to be lining up correctly. It's on, but it just doesn't feel like it's on right. I've not. It's got a bit of play in that. I don't know why. Oh, is it the? Oh, it's a base plate. It's on underneath. Is it moving? Oh, right. Okay. Right, there you go. That is right. I was just getting concerned that it was wobbling, but it's not. It's the actual plate that it's on. Right, a couple of more smaller bits and pieces. Oh, I have been penetrated. Right, here, hang on. Here we go. Right, let's have a look. What is that? What puppet is that? That's outrageous. I don't think Jay's got that. No, I don't think. I'll send that to Jay, but I don't think he has. I don't think he has. But no. I was expecting a panning round of your toy room. I was not expecting a certain type of puppet being used fighting around all sorts of different bits and pieces. Cat's Lair is basically something that is a very, very big, very, very expensive playset. It's huge. Huge. A big diorama piece. I don't know if Ryan. I thought that's what it was. I honestly thought that's what it was. That's why I thought I'd ask first. I was like, is that who I think it is? That has to be the most. That's possibly, or that will get the most random video I've been sent today. I would imagine. Mad. Right, bag number 38 is this. So we're starting on here. So bag number 38 is what this is. So I will get this box over. We'll start in pieces, and then we'll crack on with probably some of Blastoise to get an idea of how big it is. And then maybe the last hour, we might crack open the badge collection. If not, we'll start on that. We'll start on that tomorrow. So we've got quite a lot to do, move, and tinker with, and everything else. So yeah, that's not a bad first hour. That, so at least I can stand up now for 10 minutes or so. So you're going to get a bit of a bird's eye view, because obviously I can't move you too close. So you're gonna end up on top of here. So you're going on top of the actual Pokemon box itself, and then you're going to be looking over into the far corner. So you're going to be going over there, and we're going to look at putting in some of the mini land, and then we'll come back and carry on with the building. So you're now going to be on this box. Is where you lot are going to be going. So you're getting a bird's eye view of. You can see it. You can see the corner. You can't see anything else because the box is so big. But you're on the corner. So everything that's underneath it here, that's all the stuff that we're going to be putting some base plates down and just basically moving some stuff over. So yeah, there you go. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. And as that box is moved, I can pick some of these base plates up because I don't know, as it stands, what colour base plates are going to be going over here. But that mini land section actually is going to go grey. And I've got the plates for it, but I need to detile them all because they're the plates that we moved in the other live stream, and I just haven't had the heart yet to start taking them all apart. So in an evening stream, I'm literally going to sit down and carry on taking all of the parts away, and that's me burrowing underneath the table. And we are, going over to that corner. So that's where we're going to now, and get some of these moved over, and then we'll carry on with the build. So this should have basically nine base plates, which should be these base plates just here. So this makes sense for it to be grey. It doesn't make sense with the as it is, but I can take all of these off and then just reuse them. But yeah, six of these. Sorry, nine base plates. It's a big gap. Yeah, I think the grey would look. Will the grey look all right? Yeah, I think it will. Because we'll add the brighter colour in the brighter colour section, I guess. That's the base plate. So it's a big area. As you can see, it's a big old area that we're doing over there. So it's just a case of get what sets will actually fit in there. Yeah, it's just a thing of what will fit in there. So we've got all of those smaller ones. Now the long, lengthy Capitol building, that, for example, can go at the back because that would fit at the back, and then we could have some others side on. So forget the tiles that are down. Like I said, I've got to take all these tiles off, but I need to move these. But don't forget, I'm also stood over the loft hatch. So this is where I fall through. So what have we got? We've got Chicago. Right, Chicago's a really expensive one, isn't it? That would be Chicago fits in there. Actually might fit. How many wide is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, it's 8. It's an 8 wide path. I'm going to put all the way around it. I think I'll go for an 8 wide. But if I have the American stuff at the back, so it's all grouped together, will New York fit underneath there? Oh, I tell you what, that was made. That was made to fit New York City. That's the first time something has been perfect. So yeah, Capitol building, New York and Chicago across the back, 8 across the front, and then I can pick and choose what's going to be going on. So you know the rules. If I fall through this loft hatch, you guys and girls get whatever it is that you want, but you've got to say it first. Because right between my legs is the loft hatch, and if I go down, that's me falling down the ladders. Right, there we go. So yeah, that's going to be the plan. So we've got those. That I can't believe that fits. So Jay wants the Ghostbuster Firehouse. So Jay's got it in first. The Ghostbuster Firehouse will belong to Jay if I end up keeling over down these. But straight away, because I've done this before, that path, I think it has to be chunky. I think it does need a single chunky path all the way around. Yeah, and then it's just got a little bit of breathing space within, because I did, if I remember rightly, I tiled them to the front and the back. but because I'm going to have to put them side on to fit, because the next one's going to come forward as a T shape. So I've just got to basically figure out what the rest of them are going to be. Because obviously these are still, some of these are still broken as well, don't forget, because we've only just started to repair all of these up. But these do look really very smart, because Tokyo would literally go there, yeah, ish. You could get it in on that one, and then you could bring the other one. You could bring another one in front of it. So that's five. That's five of them quite close together. It's not the most perfect way of doing stuff. Sydney can be stepped further back. But again, Sydney could go that fit underneath there. No. We'll go that way. Yeah, so Sydney can go beside it, and you've got the path in the middle of those. Path in the middle of those two. And then you've got like a big area in front of the Capitol building. And then with London and things, it's just a case of how do they get spaced? Because I am so cautious about standing on this. I'm not liking that at all. That is true. We could go triple deep on this, and you could light it up. It would look smart. Because that could easily go at the front. And then, yeah, you could, because you can just stagger them. That's probably the cleanest way. That, to be fair, that is the cleanest way. Just go triple deep, and then you just zigzag the path all the way down, rather than trying to be fancy about it, because the backs are all different and they're slightly different lengths. But that sort of view, all the way down in a straight line, I think would work. I think would work quite nicely. And it potentially gives us, because we've got Paris to add, don't forget. So if it's, because it's just Paris to go on here, if I was to butt these up a little bit tighter, because if, say, for example, this one went in next in front of Sydney. So if I made the gaps a little bit tighter and didn't have 8 studs. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we had 6 studs. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 6 studs. We push this back as far as it will go. So they're now stepped and staggered. So push that one back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There, that's actually looking half decent, to be fair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, so what I'll do is I'll just end up spacing them all out, and just keeping the paths. But we got one to add in. But then the question is that do we add the Lego house in? That is the question. Because if we were to add the Lego house in and Billund in the airport, they would have to go in first, and then they would all fit. So maybe we do that. Maybe we'll try that instead. So what if we went for the Lego house underneath? So that would be there. That's looking a bit big though. I don't know if it'll fit. Not fit. Oh yeah, well. Yeah, well. That'll go back. Yeah, I might have to step and stagger those, just so it gives it a bit more of a thing. There you go. That'll be all right. I'll bring you over. I've got the Lego house. Yeah, the Lego house is there. It's just where it depends if the Lego house is going in with them. So that is it. It's a bit dark in that corner. Have I got a little light? I've got the big light, but have I got the small light charged? I don't think I have. I can charge it on here though. Let's have a look. Have I got? Oh, I had them ready on the other side of the table. That's embarrassing. Crawling back through. Let's crawl back through. Well, that'll start things off. That'll start things off lovely. No, they're both flat as a pancake. Flat as a pancake they are. So let me just charge these up quick. I'll charge one of them up. And I wonder if I can. It's just going to take me a couple of minutes just to get the others in. And then if I put some light on the situation, you'll be able to see a little bit better what is actually going on. Right. Yeah, so you can see how we've got a couple of different ways that we can do the stuff, because if they are all stepped and staggered, and of course you've got Paris and all that kind of thing, because again with this lot it could start. Paris would be at the front, so Shanghai would go stepped and staggered there. Sydney is a completely different size, because I suppose actually if they would fit, we could go side on like that. We have a wall. Now it's really weird. Every single one of these are all different length. Every single one is a completely different length. So, like, if it was triple deep, you could probably get. Can't quite get 3, but I wonder if I can get the airport there. Does the airport fit there? Yes. Yes, it would. So that they could be like that. And then that gives us then London would actually is lower, so London would fit closer. Fit close to the capital centre, because that then fits. Yes, so that fits underneath. That would then be stepped and staggered with that one. Because don't forget, the paths are going to wrap all the way around these. And we've got Tokyo and Dubai at the front on that side. So we've got room. We have got room, just like that, without really worrying about it too much. We have got room for Paris, and depending on the size of Paris, it will fit. So yes, but I think it is all of this display is going to be like a mini land. So it's just going to have a load of paths and everything around it. And all I'm going to do to show it off is just put a load of minifigures in there. So it should, hopefully, it should look okay. So Ryan says, is your objective to display the sets or have somewhere to organise them? So what this is it's going to be a mini land, Legoland mini land. So it's going to start from the back, top of the Talax, and it's going to go all the way through for 4 tables. So it's going to be just basically a zigzag path going around all the bigger displays, like the Colosseum, all the architecture sets, the Pokemon, the Bowser, like it would be if you went to a Legoland park and you were taking photos of the different buildings. So it's just going to be made up of tiles, and the tiles will have the little hoppers in where the figures can stand, and it will go from there. So yeah, because if we had, we just mix and matched it up like that, it doesn't look too bad. But yeah, if I all I've got to do is just take, so I need to take all the tiles off those base plates, maybe 6 studs rather than 8. Because I'm going all the way around the paths and everything, because it'll just be zigzagging in front and then coming back around again and stuff. So it should work with that. But that's, you said it would turn on. There you go. So that's a little bit of a better look at just how bright this section is. Oh yeah, it's not too bad, is it? It's not too bad. It's just awkward It's just hard to see because you're so far away. But yeah, there it is. So it'll be all of those wrapping around, and yeah, you've got all the stuff on the side. The thing with these lights, it takes a colour away, doesn't it? I can't actually show you properly. So yeah, that's the kind of feel that you're going to be getting with all of the different height of the building, nice little bit of shadowing and all that kind of thing. And then yeah, you're going to have the path that's down in the middle, and we've got Paris to come in at the front. Potentially, the Billund Airport might fit right at the front there instead. That might be a better way. That might be a better way to put it. So we've got space for at least one more on that one, and that's all that's going to fit up on the nose base plates, and then we'll just see what happens. So at least they're in and they're safe, and then we can move all of that round later on in the stream and just see what's what. But of course, it's the paths that make these, because if you just have the 6 studs and that just wraps in and round and through and all the way around each one, you just fill it with minifigures and it doesn't look too bad. So at least that's in. I'll put Paris over there to remind me that Paris obviously needs doing. And then we'll get you reset. Bricks together. How are we? Welcome. We are having a rearrange while building everything at the same time, because I found this one. So that will be built up. I don't know how long that one is. So that could go there. Nice little, because that is literally a Miniland Legoland. That just little display just there should work a treat. So yeah, I think that should be okay. Why I'm stood up, why don't I move the roller coaster around? Just so you can see exactly what is going on with this. But I think you're too tall there, aren't you? Huh. Okay, right, bear with me. That is you going to the ground level. That is me moving this box. Now we will hope for the best. So that is you back on. Yeah, that's better. So you can see what's going on with all that now, can't you? So there's a rough template that would do. Lots of paths going around it. Comes into the Colosseum, and then we come into the Miniland display where we've got the Bowser and all the other little bits and pieces. But this coaster needs to move, so I will do the coaster now while I'm up on my feet. We'll put probably a row of green base plates down. Just throw the rest of the stuff back, build up a couple more bags, and then jump back into placing these in a slightly different position. But again, I cannot believe how heavy this thing is. This is ridiculous. Absolute chunky looking thing. It's a beautiful looking thing. This one, honestly, I don't think the base is too much of a problem on this one, but this one, that's a different story. That is a different story. The base on this one kind of just goes with it. You can have it on the base or not, and the base itself doesn't eat into too much of this. Whereas this, there is so many parts used on this base. I can see why people get a little bit fruity with that one. That's for sure. Okay. Yeah, because now what I can do is, because that's how many would be able to fit on there, I can have a little bit of a tinker with that display. Literally clip 1x2 tiles around all of them so they can't go anywhere. And then when we go to repair those sets, I can just pick them up and put them back down again. So now it's not going to matter, because I've been stuck with those because it's one of those things, if you just tile right up, because the rest of it studs on show. So you just have like a 6-foot path going, 6 stud path going all the way around. Now this is going to be the tricky bit, moving this, because it's pinned to the ceiling. And what I need to do is probably bring it forward before I bring it back. And what I don't want to do, obviously, is break everything. I've just seen what Jay has said, so I will show them off in a second, sir. So bear with me. Once I've moved this and rearranged the boxes ish somewhere, we will we'll go from there. So yeah, operation move this. Sure, it's just going to be spun round, and I just can't eyeball where it's going to end up, to be honest. But it can go back on itself, or it can come towards me a little bit more. But because it's right in the middle of the room and the table's in the way, he says it should be simple enough. But you know what's going to happen because it's stuck on the roof. Come on. Just if you can just do that for me, just do that. Please do that. Oh, there we go. That's it. That's all it needs. Because now it will work. That will work now. So it just needed to be spun. And now we've got this huge, I mean, it's ridiculous. Like this length now is 2 full tables deep of just big models. And then this could be pushed over. This could be pushed that way ever so slightly, because at the moment where I'm stood now, we're still 2 base plates to the Colosseum. And then I could bring it. I reckon I could probably bring that back. Maybe 1 more base plate. But the key thing is will this fit in front? So if it will fit in front, that would be brilliant. But yeah, that's it, side on. And because it doesn't matter that the top of it's still touching the roof. The problem is that it was the track that was hitting the roof before, not the actual top shaft. So now that coaster, it's not going to work, obviously, but the actual bit of the coaster, where is the actual thing there? That now will, look, he says, the clips are back together. I can reach, of course. That will feed onto this now, because this was the bit that was hitting the roof. So I couldn't do any of this. It just wouldn't go around. And of course, the actual mechanism for this thing is at the front. Well, sorry, on the side, just there. So I can now reach it. So this just needs to be detiled. It's not going to work because it's still not level, but it comes down and it's going to fall off the loop again, or there, but it will go round and through. It's just at the moment it's bowing in the middle because it's on these tiles in here. So what we can do is, I think now I've moved it, the actual Pokemon box isn't going to fit there. So I'm going to have to... Actually, will it fit? No, it will. It will fit there. So what will this... I can just put this back. So this is going to be our... This is going to be our curve. Where's the middle? That is... Yeah, that's all right. So that's basically... That's what you would see. Not too bad, is it? Bricks Together says, Matt, did I hear you correctly that you hate... I despise that 8080, but it looks amazing finished. You cannot breathe, sneeze, have a stomach upset or anything anywhere near it, because it literally just disintegrates. But it was the last of the flimsy UCS sets before they obviously did the others. The other ones, obviously from thereafter, are amazing, apparently. And I know the Death Star is. So yeah, the Death Star looks good. But yeah, that's the loot coaster. And if we got that smack in the middle of the table, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, well, 8. So it'd be 1, 2, 3. Go over maybe half a base plate. So it'll be 3 and yeah. Yeah, let me just show you, just so you guys can see all these bits and pieces. So that's how it would. So this strip now is going to be all of the bigger Pokemon stuff wrapping around. Don't forget the far corner as well. So the Jurassic Park gates and everything are going to be moved tomorrow. The big T-Rex has been moved tomorrow, and the gardens and the haunted house is being moved tomorrow. So that's all space for this display. So yeah, we've got 2 tables worth of stuff, and then you've got the city Colosseum, colourful. So we'll leave that there for now. We'll see what you guys and girls think of it, and we'll tweak it in a short while. But yeah, that'd be another stream. We can now I can get it working, because it was impossible to get it working because I couldn't use the mechanism, and it was because this table that you're on, look, it's raised, so the coaster was on top of this table, but it just overhung. That was the problem. But now that's been spun round, is actually a lot more space. It just looked, because the coaster itself is so open, it might not look like it is on the laptop, but we can't go back any further. But I think, let's have a look with this. So if we put that there, we've got options with that now. Because where would you go? You would be about there, say, there or thereabouts, depending on how much it spins around. So that's your backdrop. So the question is, how far over, and that's something we'll do after, how far over do we move the big Pokemon thing? Because do you want to see all of that on show at the same time? But you can just see how much space we've got around with the other base plates, because there's at least another 2 base plates before we hit anything else. So there's a fair chunk of space. But these 4 tables now are starting to look really very, very open, which is good. Ultra Collector, how are we? What we doing? Collapse the large Pokemon sets, box Pikachu. Good call. I don't know, to be honest. With the boxes are really nice. I think I can see people picture framing the maybe the Pokeball. I can see maybe that happening. That's not a bad idea, because obviously the red and white in the box would look. I think the red and white would look nice, smart in the actual box artwork. The sets themselves do look good. I do flat pack all my boxes anyway, so I do have all of them still. So I don't end up throwing them away, but I do now need to move this box back. And like I said, I found this, don't forget. So we've got to build this up at some point. So this is going to be done. So that's another thing that can be added at some, well, it'll be built at some point. We'll just carry on plodding on. But yeah, this thing, as we all know, this thing's massive. It's a big old box. I do like the box artwork on these though. I'm not a fan of the black boxes, but the fact that they've used such large imagery on all of them, I think it works. I think it works to be quite nice. Everybody's liked the video so far, guys. Thank you very much indeed. YouTube likes that kind of thing. I'm crawling back underneath the table for the 300th time today. And that, just to get this out of the way. So how many have we got? We've got 1, 2. Yeah, we've got quite a bit of space. Sat here, it actually looks really nice. That set to me, because at the moment I've got quite a bit of space. In fact, if I can show you my view before I put this box back, because that is the only problem with these bigger boxes. They just take up so much space until these sets are built. If I just put that out the way, I will show you my. Let me show you my view. So my view from here, I knew that cable was going to drop, is that. So that's fine. That's okay. Now all of this in this corner is going. That's all going underneath the table as a Jurassic Park display. and then we've got this as a backdrop all the way around. So this is what you guys have designed. All this is something that you guys and girls have done. But that over here now, with the big sets here, I think this one will probably come to the end of this base plate. So it's we got the Charizard. Until we built it all up, I don't know how much the Charizard wing is going to block off the front of the loop coaster. Thanks, Jay is using me as a toilet break, which is great. Well, we've got code brown, Jay, have we? Code brown for Jay. But yeah, the actual, I can get around there. Yeah, so that's what it'll be. 4 tables of just the bigger models as a big mini land. So that should, he says, work out to be okay. But yeah, the Avengers Tower is very smart. Yeah, it's a good looking building. It is a good looking building. So yeah, it does look very, very nice. But yeah, we're going to focus on that side of the table today. This side of the table tomorrow is what the plan is going to be. So we've got lots of moving, mixing with all the building. So yeah, we've got plenty of bits and pieces to keep ourselves busy. But for now, this will have to go back out the way. Yeah, there you go. So that's back out the way. That's out the way, and then we've got the instruction booklets, which are going to be other way around. Fantastic. Right, that's all back in situ. So yeah, with how you are, you're ish there. That's how you are going to be for like the live streams and stuff. That's normally where you would sit. So I think we could bring that over to about there, I would say. So I can see its face, absolutely no problem. And then depending on, you could also have that as a backdrop as well. If I took the 8080 out of it, I could have it that way. It's just a bit awkward for me to reach the keyboard. So at least you know it's going to be here. And then you've got how many have you got? 2, 4, 5, 6. You've got 10, 12 base plates of space on this side that will have nothing on until the other sets obviously happen. So yeah, there you go. That's the plan at the moment. So yeah, let us know your thoughts. Let us know what and where should go through. So of course, you guys and girls are designing this whole display, so it is good. Jay has got a code brand. Oh dear. That's good to know. So of course, if you are building anything in the background, let us know what it is. So Ultra Collector says, yep, I'm still putting the large sets together. I finished the badge set, Eevee and Pikachu, put a dozen other sets together. I just brought a bunch of new sets and found great set. Happy days. If you get sets in a sale, you can not go wrong with that at all. Like I said, I'm thinking of putting all these trees around this bit with all of the paths and everything. So I think that would look quite nice, just sort of a little bit extra in front. We will have to change the base plates underneath the water later. I need to tag those over because obviously we're going to go green and blue. So it'll be this one and this one will go blue. And then yeah, it just actually happens to be yeah, we might be able to position this. You might be able to position it slightly differently, because it might go further back that way. Because if he says it went kind of close to where it was originally, like there. If that went like that, which I can see this even better now, what you've got is where the tallest part of the set will be. It's going to be directly in front of the queue line. So how the queue line works on the coaster look, it actually gives you more space behind. So the loop coaster isn't a perfect shape. So you've got the actual ride bit, and then it steps in by probably half a base plate until it gets to this bit. So from this bit here to this bit here is about half a base plate extra depth. And if that's where the Charizard is going to go, it gives me an extra half a base plate for a path. Yeah, because I'll be moving the loop bit over anyway. Yeah, okay. We shall see. But as it stands, I'm getting myself all tangled up. I need to plug you back in first. I'm going to get your sets up on the screen in a second, Ultra Collector, and we can see what those are, because I do like to see what people are collecting, obviously. And I don't know if I need the base, so I need to bring these back in shot anyway, just for now. So that means I don't have to keep standing up to grab them. So that's okay. Right, let's plug you back in. Right, we're back up to full power. I've still got my Haribo sweets and everything from yesterday, so I'm living the dream with those. All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look. Okay. 200 years later. Hello. How are we? How's Mark? Right, so let's take a look. What have you got? Oh, the Green Goblin set's $26 on Amazon. Yeah, I see it. Amazon from time to time, they do very strong deals. Yeah, so the whole front, so we've got what? Just this front of this table will be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. You've got 16 base plates as a strip of all of this Pokemon stuff. We're going to start off with Bowser, and then it's going to go into all the Pokemon stuff, and then it's going to go all the way back that way. It's like an L shape, and then it's going to carry on, because then if I need to, for whatever reason, and I get some of the smaller sets from the Colosseum, I can add those smaller sets in for the Colosseum as well. So, right, Jay sent me an email. Let's have a look at what Jay's emailed me. What's Jay done? Let me just check all 4 of those. 2, 3, 4 email addresses completely covered. Fantastic. Right, so this is what Jay's Toy Collection UK is doing in the background. Let me have a look-see at these. So Jay's collection. So Jay's at the moment doing different backdrops and redoing all of his lighting. So that is Jay's mix and match of, you can see, you've got the whole crew at the front. And then you've got all the Mario and all of the other, I think Zelda and everybody's that's mixed in there as well. And then that does look very, very nice. I'm sure there's some people that know what the Lord of the Rings are. So again, a little different backdrop for the back of that one. It does look nice with Gollum at the front. Oh, there it is. There. Now, if you don't know what that game is, there's a Pikachu there though, Jay. What have you done with Pikachu? Why is Pikachu just fallen over? What have you done with him? He just electrocuted everybody. Doesn't look like he's having a very nice time in there. And then we have got the beautiful, that's madness as well. The detailing on those characters are incredible. But Golden Axe is what set it all off for, Jay. They are very, very, very nice. So yeah, big. Jay's a very, very big collector. Very, very big collector. There'll be some photos coming. There we go. Spotted it for you. So that's the only thing I am good at. I can spot things like that. Just things that should not belong. Especially like little movie things and things like that. It's like, oh, that was a mistake. Right, we're going to carry on. So yeah, we'll get another bag, a couple more bags done for this thing. Then we'll start to figure out where that's gonna go, because you are always ish there. That's roughly where you are. So Yeah, it's just a case of because I'm thinking the Pokeball will go here because I'm hoping it's going to be a supersized ball, and because it's going to be a nice red and white, I think that look quite nice. So we have the Pokeball on this side, and then we've got the other ones going across the back. It's just where do I put Pikachu? Because Pikachu's a base plate and a half, isn't it? How was Pikachu to put together, Ultra Collector? Did it come together okay? So Reese, if you want to send some photos of your length, feel free, and we can share the shipping container together. I am still concerned, Jay, that you have actually, by mistake, blocked Ultra, because that poor fellow has not said a single thing since the hashtag team shipping container. Right. Okay. I'm assuming we're on 38. Yeah. So this weekend is going to be a big weekend for this kind of thing. So that spun round. I think. To be fair, it doesn't look intrusive on the camera either, does it? Because you guys all thought it was too intrusive where it was. You can now see. You now know it's there. It doesn't need to be shown off, but it just makes a nice little backdrop. But I think, I think the Pokeball is going to go here, and then it'll just be space from there. Now, the other thing is that maybe the Mario could start at the back, and then we have 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14 base plates as a strip for just Pokemon, or we have a Super Mario corner, and then the Pokemon stuff comes in on this bit. So, yeah, we just have to wait and see what happens with that. All right, I'll catch up in the chat in 2 seconds. Let me just find out exactly where I am. Yeah, bag 30, bag number 38. Bag number 30, bag 38. All these arrived in the last few days. The F1 Academy car, nice, and the giveaway, good. I'm glad you got that because that giveaway looked quite smart. To be fair, does include the free Legoland trip on the back of the packet. Ninjago 8-figure display, lovely. Yeah, that's an incredible display. That is. That's worth the money. 8-figure display. The Ninjago transforming car, the Inside of Fortnite 2-pack. And the Inside of Pokemon Training Center. Yeah, that's it. That's some nice bits. As I'm about to go, do I not go, but about to move to the next thing? Do I carry on with the one that stands here and just tuck into that now so we can see how tall it is? Because I'm kind of concerned because he's taller. So I would want to block like the Q line bit off. So would this, if I built Blastoise next, would that be better than opening up the badge collection? Because I haven't opened it up yet. So let me know. I think personally, I think it would be better to do Blastoise, and then we can do this. I could do this maybe tomorrow with the Paris architecture set, and then carry on with the Pokemon after. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, Reese is going for this. Yeah, I think so because of the height. It just needs to be stepped ever so slightly with the loop. So either the loop's going to come a little bit more. The loop's going to come a little bit more this way. Yeah. The base doesn't stick out anymore, though, does it? It doesn't stick out in the back. Because I thought about doing that last time with the other one, but I don't think the base, because it's kind of built in, the base literally will just sit in itself. So, and the base looks awful, I think. But that is another option. It is another option. Yes, I just assumed that the base itself, with how they are, is like that. But we could do the Charizard base now. I could just start the base, and then that way I could just literally do. I could do the Pokemon last, which isn't a bad one. Because I don't want to make the mistake, because I made the mistake, because I did say last time that I was going to do what Jay said, and I opened up the bag for this, and then we just carried on with this because I thought there was another bag left. So I was actually going to do all the bases first to make sure they fits. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do the base. All right. Oh, you know what that means. Jay, I know why Jay's done it. I know what Jay wants. He wants me to hump the box again. That's all he wants. So I've got to sort out all the bags, haven't I? I took pictures. I send on. Yes, send away. Send away. That's fine. If it's on Instagram, I'll just put the phone in front of the screen. Yeah, I think I'll do the badge collection with the architecture set maybe tomorrow, and then I can carry on with the two big ones during the week, because once I've got the circumference of the base, they can just be placed and then be added. The height of Charizard, I'm assuming it's just going to be in the way of maybe the loop, but you should see the loop. What would be quite nice is you saw the loop going around Charizard itself. But then it might allow us, because we've got loads of time, obviously, so it might allow us to get some other color base plates down. I need to get basically I want to get this in the correct position. And I do want the other thing, but this will allow me now to show you the other two. Sorry, the other box, which of course, like I said, is the worst design box they could have ever done when you've already cut the tabs. Because people are going to put them back in the box, aren't they? They're just going to put them back in the box. So why would somebody go, I know everybody has huge space. Clearly, they didn't think of some absolute monumental moron doing it in a loft that then has to hump the box to get them back out again, which isn't a problem. The box humping isn't a problem. It's the fact of, like this one, look, ready? Done. See how easy that is? I don't have to worry about that because it's on the side flap. There you go. So side flap, not a problem whatsoever. Can I get the bottom box out? No. Because my hands have to be around it and it won't come out because I've cut the tabs. Anybody from the leg group is watching this, you really need to consider that people would put the boxes back in between the builds. Just ignore me. Just ignore me. It's fine. I can't. I've got an itch. And there's chairs in the way. Tell you what, it's a bit much, isn't it? It's a bit much. Right, we'll try again. Because I got to get my fingers underneath the box because the lid's just going to come straight off. Jay's just making up. I'm trying to work out what Jay's saying. Oh, please. All I want to do is turn this box. Can I? Oh, come on. Look, it is not wanting to come out. However, that's the lid. See? That's all right. The lid's out. There. Oh, there we go. What a stupid way to do that. Right, and I've now got to play tag with all these. Right, so let's put them in reverse order, shall we? So we have got number 1. Magic. We have a yo from 627. How are we, 627? Everything okay? We are just currently fighting the lid boxes for these because they are an absolute nightmare. Oh, you know what? Whatever. I'm just going to pretend that I know what I'm doing. There it is. There it is. Right, you're going back up on there. I'll sort these bags out. Where do they start? This is the thing. Let's have a look. See. Oh, I got the deal of my life this week, says Silk. No, do tell. You can't tell us that. Ultra Collector, have you ever ordered from the Lego note? It says processing for days. I ordered the blue astronaut and the 10 tic-tac-toe inside a set. The astronaut says back order. Well, the astronaut, they won't send the giveaway without the set. So you're not going to get it separately. So because it'd be sent in the same package. So yeah, it's one of those. So Jay said, I brought the most. Look, we have a crumble for a reason. This is what happens. You lot start to crumble, and it has that knock-on effect. So, Jay, share with the world again what it is that you have decided to crumble. Do let us know, 627, what it is that you've got. But I would say, Ultra, the tic-tac-toe is obviously in the warehouse because you've got the SKU code. But you won't get it because it's on back order. That's all it is. They'll come in the same. They'll come in the same box. Ryan says it's like watching a dog. Can't you turn the whole box upside down? Well, no, because if I did that, because the lid's not attached, is it? So if I did that, all the bags would fall out because the problem is each one of these is sealed. So when you get the box mint, obviously, when you get the box all new and shiny, it's all okay. But then what you go to do is you go to grab the side off, look, and it just undoes itself. And that box is really deep. And obviously, if you turn it around the other way, it will all fall out. So clearly, the trick is to try and rip the lid off and then pick up the sides after. Or just don't put it back in the box. That's all it is. So we're learning. Ultra Collect says, yep, all flap only. Pikachu has the cereal box style. So the... Box 2 and 3 are the lids, and box number 1 is the side bit, isn't it, on this one? So, yeah, slightly different on that. All right, 627 says, I ordered 7 kilos of Bionicle and Hero Factory for €100 from eBay. I got 30 plus sets in it for them, and they're worth £70 used. That is incredible. So are you going to keep them, or are you going to fix them up to sell them on? That's the key. What are you gonna do with all of those? Right, let's share the building instructions because I'm now obviously going to do the base for Charizard first, just so we can make sure we can actually get it to fit. Get to read the Charizard, which is nice and exciting. So you can see the sizes is 107, 99, and this one's 85. So this one's a little bit smaller, but this from a completely different bit, which is going to be nice. So let me just be opening up. There it is. Look. So let's go up to the top. Let's see before I figure out where that starts from, what this is all about. So in all fairness, they've done a fantastic job with these instruction booklets. They have done a very, very good job with them. I do like the fact that they have got all of the bits and pieces on the inside. So obviously we're not building Charizard just yet. We're going to do the base, and then we'll then get the base placed with the loop roller coaster in the correct way, get the correct color base plates down, and then see basically what the rest of the day brings. But all of the others have added this amazing Pokedex in. So again, this is from Pokemon Yellow. So Charizard is it's the middleweight. So it's lighter than Venusaur. Venusaur's 100 kilo. So it's 5'7" is what Charizard is. So it's 5'7", weighs 90 kilo, 199 pounds. Its abilities is a blaze. It's a flying flyer. And weakness is rock, electric, or water. And then you've got the Lego bio as well. So this is number 6. Don't forget, in the Pokédex, this is number 6. So this has the most articulation. It's a bit cheeky. They say I think the head only goes from left to right. I don't think it can go down, can it? You've got the wings, arms, hands, legs, and tail. This has 1,754 pieces, so it's got the least amount of pieces as well. It's 9 inches, and it's 17 ounces or 497 grams, so 23 centimeters. It's just under a base plate in height when it gets to that point. And then what they've done is they've added in all of these other cool little bits and pieces with this as well. So yeah, there's some nice bits in on this one. Remember, I can't see the chat as I'm looking at this, so I will catch back up in the chat in reverse order in a second. But we've got once a trainer, always a trainer. You felt the thrill of your first catch and were instantly pulled into the new world of shared adventures that lasted days, months, and even years. Now you can relive some of the most memorable milestones of your trainer's journey in Lego form. We work closely with the Pokemon Company International to build some of the most beloved, iconic characters. If you grew up with Pokemon in the 90s, we hope these sets will reignite your wonder for the first steps in the incredible world. If you're just discovering your journey, you can train, bond, and build and grow alongside your chosen Pokemon experience. Epic battles with your Pokemon. They're just waiting to burst out of their boxes. And it's disappeared. Where's it gone? There we go. And they're taking this journey with you. I don't know what happened there. My whole thing crashed. I think it's still alive. But on this one, on this booklet, it does show the other 2. So Eevee in person looks great. Pikachu does look very, very good indeed. I know the base of Pikachu is a base plate and a half. But again, for my sort of mini land thing, I'm almost thinking that the Pikachu might fit between the if I pulled the loop coaster over so slightly, it might fit between Bowser and the Colosseum, because it'd just be sticking in a base plate and a half. So there's potential. There's potential for that, and it'll be yellow close to yellow. So maybe it might look like it's a Pokemon theming loop coaster. So what have we got for your journey trainer? Each step of your trainer journey is full anticipation, experiencing bonding moments, and how you learn to prepare your Pokemon for its first battle. You can now help it grow stronger when you start to pick up your trainer wherever you like with these Lego Pokemon sets. Which one will be added to your team next? So many episodes of these now? 1,500. There's loads of them in there. Loads and loads. Right, 50. That's what I wanted to know. What is the basic one? So now I'm going to stop at 50. Nintendo's made a lot of money from it, Ryan. A lot of money. Japanese company, wasn't it? I think. Way from, obviously, it is Japanese company, Nintendo, but Nintendo did Nintendo develop Pokemon, or was it a cartoon that then got turned into a game? Pokemon's its own IP, isn't it? And Nintendo because Nintendo have the rights to use it, but I don't know if I can't remember. I don't actually know if they actually made it. So I know it's a Japanese company. What are we at? 50. All right, 60 can go in there. 50. Big Technic pieces on this one. I did something slightly different. 60. 50. 60. 50. Not many, really not that many bags on this one. This is a baby build, this one. Right, so put these in reverse order. $65 is the last bag, isn't it? 61. 63, 62, 61, 60. And then we've got what? 59? 58, 57, 56, 5, that's 4. 4, 3, 2, 1. Right, okay. Don't know how many are on the base for this. No idea. No idea whatsoever. Right, let's catch up with everything else. So with the so what are you going to do? I'm going to need to catch up with the chat. I still can't see it. I just wonder what you're going to do with the Are you going to build them all up and just put them on display to start with and just see what it's like? Because that's a serious find though, because they're still so popular. Do they come with their plastic? They come in like the plastic case type things, don't they? Some of them. I don't know if that is a thing that you can still get them with now. I have no idea. Right, let's have a. Right, okay. Before I do anything, I want one of these from yesterday. No. Because you redeem the code, so that they'll just send it. So because you redeem the code and it's in your basket, it's only 60. You've got 60 days to redeem your code, and because you did the code's on the dispatch, it will just turn up. So yeah, it just happens with that for those kind of things, Ultra. So it's just one of those. And 627, maybe they'll go up in value. Well, that's very true. They might go up in value with some time, but it's a good find. I think Jay is still reeling from his massive purchase. Reese, are you building anything? I think Reese is lurking in the background, and I do believe Jay has accidentally banned Ultra Bricks for life, and I can't undo. I'm trying to do something, I can't. We have to put an SOS party out for Ultra Bricks. He had a brand new, nice, shiny profile picture, and he's been booted off the stream for the last 2 hours by Jay. He's like, he isn't banned. He's like, I think. You're good. They warmed up a bit since yesterday. They were a bit hard yesterday. All right, so we are on the base. And then we will go from there, which should be good. Okay. All right, so I do need all of these straight away. So this is, it looks so, the base looks awful by itself. Where does it go? Oh. So the actual, right, so the actual Charizard shaft, there's no other way of saying it, that's all it is. It doesn't actually, it goes under that bit. Because there's a pinhole at the very end. So actually, the base of this base obviously overlaps it, so you can't actually see the length. But it's not a Pikachu scenario. I'm assuming Charizard. It's a Charizard scenario where it goes straight up its back bottom. No, we were having a nice, friendly shipping container. Ultra Bricks was happy that Jay had come around to liking the shipping container, and Jay just kicked him off. She's like, I'm not having that. Never to be seen again. I'm not too sure where everybody's from, to be honest. I don't know. I'm not too sure. Ryan, what's next on your agenda then? Because obviously you were doing the world's largest, I shouldn't be opening that yet, the world's largest Wonka collection. But are you getting Willy Wonkas in between other sort of toy releases, or are you just literally getting Wonkas at the moment? Oh, they are all to be opened. Right, okay. But no, I'm sure there'll be others joining later on. Oh, well, we'll have to do a bit of a deep dive. We'll have to find out which one's not Welsh. Well, it's definitely not Jay, and it's definitely not me. I have been penetrated, have I? We have some DMs coming through. Let's have a look. DM'd. Wow. Okay. Can I scroll through? I can. Look at these. So, let me just go through. Can I scroll that way? What are they all? Yeah, fine. That way. So look at those. What a beautiful collection that is. Can you see how many there are? You got 4. So you've got 1 Poke Center, 1 Eevee, and you've managed to get 4 of. So you got 4 of these, did you? Incredible. So you got 4 of the big Pokemon sets. That is a haul and a half. So that's outrageous. That kind of looks like Jay's living room, to be honest. Then you got those. Oh, that's the Green Goblin. Yeah, nice. Oh, the turtles in the middle, looking smart. More Speed Champion stuff. There you go. Very, very, very nice. Oh, you got the brickheads from Fortnite as well, I see. Nicely done. Nicely done. Hang on. All right. As I'm checking that, I've just got a voice note from Mr. Lego King. Obviously, clearly, I better just sent him a message saying that we are live. So again, did I read everything backwards? I've just seen Jay's got 12 inches of a plus a one. Oh, okay, right, okay. 2012 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, great show. NECA figures are on the way from that show. Fair enough. So Jay knows his stuff. Well, you lot, yeah. You lot are the serious collectors. I just sit here and try and put some pieces together relatively half decently. What are we going on with that? 2, 3. We are at. Yeah, so this is going to be the Technic section, I am assuming. You can see the length straight away. So what's this? Page 9. We're on step 3. And that goes. Oh, clips on. Technic. Other one. There we go. That way. So that clips in. So that's what we're getting so far. This is the bit that you've got to be careful. You put it in the right hole, obviously, because that's the way it should go. It'll be all right. Be all right if I put the white instead of the black one. That'd be a little bit easier. And then what we got? 2 of those, followed by 3, and it goes in the 4th hole. Okay. doing the double? Are we doing the double? Reese, are you still with us by any chance? Because if Reese is still here, I want to know. I want to know a progress report. You have to send us a picture over, Reese, so I can show off your progress as well. So I know there's a lot of you building, so I just want to know how everybody's getting on and who's taking delivery of what this weekend and who's doing what this weekend and everything else, because there's some nice sets out and about at the moment. Well, I'm assuming that's the actual base, not the actual Chara shaft bit. There was actually a Pokemon episode last night that literally what it said in the pink. Just let you know. So that is one of them. So yeah, Jay is kind of right. He's got the colours wrong a little bit, but I don't see a pink or a stink on here. But I can see where Jay's coming along with on that one. Reese is still there, still building on. What bag are you on now, Reese? What bag are you on? 4 of them. And we're on that one. Yeah, I now I've sort of placed this. I'm thinking maybe because if I could get, I can't get any. I literally can't get any further back, which is a shame. I can't pull this table any further forward. But if I did bring it in, if I brought it over, and this was in front of the loop, side on, it would be a nice open gap as a path. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. There's going to have to be some sort of tinkering when it comes to. Jay's like, how did YouTube not block that one? Well, it's in there for the world to say. Jay has literally just written 2 in the pink, 1 in the sink. With technic building, you don't get it wrong. Yeah, if you get it in the wrong hole, it's not fun. Especially when it's like this. So when you've actually got, say, for example, a pin on the inside wrong, you obviously can't, and you start to box it in, you can't get the pin back out when it's like that. So you've got to be really careful. So that is top safety advice, which I don't think would be said anywhere else around, to be honest. But we look after everybody. There's my length. So I've now got 3 lengths. 1, 2, 3, and 4 pins. So yeah, this is the technicky side of it. You've got the big sort of plunger pins as well. What we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the hole. 1 in the hole, leave it gap. Another 1 in the hole. That should be 5. So yeah, you've got the big sort of like orange plungers as well. Nice. So what sets are you going to use the kits on? Because there are some really nice. There's some nice display cases, and there's some nice lighting kits if you've got the patience to do it. Reese has been. I reckon Reese has just been looking at different takeaway menus. That's what you've been doing, umming and ahhing about choices. More length. Which way is this ending up? That's not in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4. I cannot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 6. Yeah. Right, now, if I've made one mistake and I put these big old pins in, there will be tears, crying, and potential sets being thrown against a roof or a wall. But because this is not the UCS Falcon, it might be all right, as long as it's not that horrendously fragile. He says. Right, there's another 4. That's those 4. I'm not pushing them in just yet. That's the way it wants me to have it, and it goes that way. Jay's got a picture of a rocket. I'm not too sure if it means this or I don't know. But yeah, if you put it in the wrong hole and you can't get it back out again, then you're stuck. So but yeah, I'm assuming that's not what goes. If that can't be its backside, it's that. Because this bit, the first part of the length, is the bit that goes underneath Blastoise and Venusaur. So we lose that bit, so it shrinks. So really, it's only that bit. But because you can't really see the base very well, I don't know. But again, even with these random bits going in, you've got nice reds, you've got bright aqua blues, loads of I've had an accident brown earth colours as well. So they're still giving you lots of different colours, even though they're doing technicky bits. I'm on bag 16 on the same set you're doing. Well, you are living the dream. So yeah, I've decided to do the next base, and then we're going to go back and do Bulbasaur and Blastoise, and then do Charizard as I start to choke. Perhaps just happy on life. That's all it is. But yeah, this is gonna be an interesting. Just trying to figure out what and how this is going to get used. Because again, I've not spoiled it for myself, so I don't actually know. I'm sure it will soon happen. All right, there's 1. Brilliant. 2. Yeah, because the bags that you're doing at the moment, they're uber colourful, Ultra. They are uber colourful. Because even I couldn't get over all of the different colours on the first 20-30 bags. It was really very fun to put together. It was really just easy, just throw them all together. The following base, it looked nice. It does look nice. But yeah, that first one was good. John's like, we trust the process, man. Yes, well, we'll soon find out, John. It's gonna go one or the other. How's your food yesterday, John? Did you live the dream with all the extra cheese? That is all good. Scrap Daddy, good afternoon to you. How is everything? So we are currently just doing the last part of the base. That's what it looks like. So obviously we're missing one because I've not done it. We've then got the base to go in, and then we're gonna basically just move this over a couple of studs either way, maybe move the loop coaster over either way, and then we've got sort of stuff that we're going to start placing and doing on these four tables, which will be good. We've moved a few sets already, which isn't too bad. So yeah, it's going all right so far. Everybody that's liked the video so far, guys, again, thank you very much indeed. Poll, I haven't actually checked the poll for ages. Do apologise. So with regards to the poll, with 17 votes in, 59% of you would like a Pokemon City. Yeah, I can see them doing something like that because they could. Yeah, that would look nice. Nobody wants a big stadium. Got a bad, funny feeling that some of you aren't going to be happy. You've then got 24% of you want that in smaller form, or 18% of you want a Snorlax. So absolutely living the dream. And we are currently just putting together a very heavily strong, because again, massive, they're just big pieces. But I'm assuming it has to be a wide base because obviously this is such it's a long, narrow shaft, isn't it, for this, I guess. So because it's got a bit of height, it needs to be a little bit chunkier underneath. So see how it all goes together. Right, so I'm currently on step 14 on page 19. So because the big difference is on this, they've got just big, clear, well, I say clear, rather than having like loads of boxes, this instruction booklet has just got one huge page to make sure you don't mess it up. And clearly, I am going to mess it up at some point because this is me. We understand this. We are currently just putting together the Pokemon stuff. Scrap Daddy, Pokemon stuff. Yes, take a photo and let us know what it is you're going to be doing later on. Be interested. It'd be nice to see. There we go. It's witchcraft. It is. I reckon, if I say like Ultra Collector, John, J, Scrap Daddy, advert, there we go. It just pops straight up and you get an ad on there. So it is witchcraft. That's it. So who's building what then? Now more and more of you starting to jump in and join in. Are you going to be building anything this afternoon? Are you going to be tucking in to anything? Because I don't know if any of you are obviously waiting for stuff on back order or not. Right. And for you, Ultra Collector, so just list out for everybody all of the current Pokemon sets that you've managed to get hold of. Because in that photo, they looked like there was a handful of the same set. So I'm intrigued to know the actual number of different sets that you managed to get yourself. Oh yeah, a lot of people are looking forward to doing that, John. It does look nice. The Benny does look smart. It does look good, and there's been more talks and reports about the Vader. So there's been more talks about the Vader on there. So yeah, it's good fun, and I think I've seen it, I've heard about it today, but I've also seen something, but I can't actually remember what the price of that is supposed to be. It is slightly more expensive, potentially, but that's what we were talking about yesterday. There's no real surprise that is going to be a little bit more expensive, is it? So anybody wants it, you can jump at it. If you're not fussed, then you can just leave it alone. There we go. That's it. As long as you're just happier and chilled out and doing bits and pieces and just clipping bits and bobs together, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. We have Reese encouraging John to rip that box open. Big Vader is $99, says the guru, which I do believe is going to be $10 more. I think it's 10. What are the big figs? 69, 79? I can't remember what they actually are. How much of a price increase is there? Have a look in the background. It's all on a glow slow. 54 is what it should be. So it's $54.99, which is the standard thing. Oh, well, there we go. Bricks Together and John teamed up last night. That would have been when I was fast asleep, John, I'm assuming. Because a lot of you guys tend to do the live streams about 3 o'clock in the morning our time in the UK. So I don't get the notifications through until like a day or two later, because obviously it re-uploads the live stream, doesn't it? So you're never on time all the time with the live stream notifications. Especially when it gets re-uploaded, because it then comes in on the side. That sounds fun. Nothing more fruity than a spontaneous live stream. Right, so that is literally it. That's the girthy bit. That's the base and length done. That is it. So that is, look how much smaller that is compared to everything else. You think of the size is what the other ones were. This is just a stocky, chubby thing, which I'm assuming it's going to have another bit that goes in the middle to push the pins in, which is going to be probably a strong, lengthy bit to stop it all from tipping over. I guess. Have I got that? Was that the wrong one? Oh, don't do this to me. I am lost in the desert. There's no way. Why can't I work that out? That's 1, 2, 3 on show. Right, that must come over. That must come over one. That must come over one. Bring that over just one. So it's like that and like that. I'm not even going to mess around with that. I'm just going to do it because I guarantee when you get a different bit, it'll be absolutely fine. Yes, that must be what it's after, but you just can't see it in the instructions. Okay. I think somebody said that there's I don't know, it's close. It's got to be well over. You've got to be well into the middle 20 bags, I would imagine. So it'll be a lot. It would be a lot. So it'll be so there's a lot of pieces involved, but there's not really that many involved in the Venusaur. There's just tons and tons of parts used in the Blastoise. So as you can see, like, yeah, you've got those. You just got those there. You can see what it is. Yeah, for me, it's absolutely perfect. But obviously, if we pick this thing up and just put it on the table, it does look great without the base plate as well. So either or, really. It's either or for that. But yeah, it helps that they look nice, doesn't it? Well, if you look, so you enjoyed it, John. That's it. So what is it? Just like, oh, spontaneously give it the beans and go from there. It's always they're always the best ones. You don't have time to panic. Then you just crack on and get it done, don't you? Sometimes people do them and they crumble ever so slightly because they panic or worry or whatever it is like that because they have too much time to think about it. So as long as you remember to breathe, that is all that really matters. Let's be honest. That is all that matters. I've got 2 of those. Step 23, 24, page 29 is where we're at next. That one, 4th, that one. Long length. Right, hang on. What have we got? So Ultra's haul was 4 of these, 4 of the badges, 4 Japan sets, yeah, the giveaway, 2 Eevee, 2 Pikachu, and 1 Poke Center, and 1 Mega Brick Head and Siders. Good grief, that's a very, very strong haul, that is. Very, very strong. That is a lot of pieces, a lot of sets. That's all the base starting to come. All the base starting to come together on that one. And then we have got some of these little bits. '26 into '27. Is this going to be the worst looking? I think it is. There's no real sort of debate about this. This is going to be the worst looking one. They can try and hide it with some of these fancy bits, but I will share the instructions with you very quickly of the shaft, obviously, and the shaft itself needs to be hidden because you can tell that this can't be by it. You've got pokey out bits coming out all sorts of places. So that's what it's going to be. You're going to have those pins on show. You're going to have the bits on the side for all of it. I guess there's just nothing else that could have been done for this one. The other two are fine as a standalone, but not that one as much. Not that one as much. Ah, fair enough. That makes sense. There we go. That makes sense. Where are we on this one? 20. Ah, there. Step 28. There's definitely something going in that hole, which I'm assuming is going to be all the Technic. There's going to be a few bags of Technic for this then. 29 is coming next. And then we're moving on to step number 30. Yeah, really. Oh, here we go. Here we go. What's going on with this? More pins going in. In a hole, miss a hole in the next. And it's the same thing. So 2 into 1, miss 1, in again, 2, 3. Do not get this wrong. This could be a disaster. If you got that in the wrong hole, that's the bit that's going to go wrong. Reese says, just built the pull-out bits on the side of the ship. Well, do share some photos, Reese. I can flop them up on the bit. So have a look-see. Backtrack to 2 while building that, says Ultra Collector. Nice. Nice. But yeah, again, this is not as heavy as the other, but it's just an odd shape, as you can see. I mean, it could be a big lollipop if you wanted it to be. But because you can't see it on the box of how it's going to come together, I don't really know how it's going to come together. But it's just there for you. Have you sent anything? No. Right, we'll carry on. So that is the first. I think that's the first bag done. It is. So it's just more Technic for bag number 50. Bag number 51 is what it is. Bag number 51. What bits do pull? I just reread that message. What bits pull out from the side of it? I'll get the picture up on the screen. Right, there we go. Right, next one. Yeah, because I'm sure a lot of you like to build, obviously. It's a more of a chunkier time. So I'm assuming a lot of you have more free time on a Saturday. But when the weather starts to get better, what do you guys and girls try to do? Oh, we've got a bit purple. That's a pretty colour. And lots and lots and lots and lots of pins. Okay, right. That is the part count from that next bag. So you've got huge chunky bits and a pile of pins. A lot of technique length. Obviously, these are super strong and super sturdy. I'm guessing we're going up because we can't be going out anymore. Surely, the base can't be any bigger. The base can't be any bigger than that. Right, so you guys and girls keep yourself entertained in the chat. I will jump back to it in a second. Because obviously I've got the instructions on the Lego website, so we can just keep plodding on with this. With regards to, because I will, I might as well just do it after. With regards to the base plates that are coming across the front, do I just have alternating colours and obviously get the correct colours underneath this? Because I can't really, I can do the green and the blue for the front two, but I can't really do the back one. I don't know if I could do the back ones black. I don't know if I could go two to the front. Well, yeah, two. I don't know, because I don't think it sticks out enough. So I don't actually think it will work that way. So we might not be able to have a black one for the lava. Yeah, so the base, the one that you're doing, honestly, I could not. I was amazed with how beautiful. If this one was sold as a standalone, the build on that is outrageous for this one. The whole thing, the base on the next one, you could see where there's just lots and lots of smaller pieces being used, and all the other little bits and pieces on that. And obviously, this is all more technic because obviously it's going to hold the height. But it'd just be interesting to see how the other two come together, which would be exciting. Reese has got that. Reese, you got a question? I've just seen that in the chat, so I'll let Reese answer that one for you. Sometimes the notifications don't work straight away, so I can let people know. I'm gonna just do something. I've just sent a message to Ultra Bricks. I thought, I wonder if that will work. Right, I have got. Oh, good grief! I have got a lot of pins to put in on that. So there's what? I'm actually now starting to get flashbacks to the Falcon. That's what's starting to happen now. And those flashbacks, honestly, they're not good. I might have cold sweats later on. I don't know. I lost many hours of my life trying to redo those pins. And we all came to the conclusion that the instructions online were actually different to my booklet as well. So I could not believe that. So I've got those at the moment. And then now we're adding some beautiful color because you've got the red and another bit of red. And then, if I've done that right, we've then got a bit of yellow. And we've got another bit of yellow. So that's what that's starting to look at. So that's this first 6 steps into bag 51, which is page 34. And now we've got what looks like the same again going the other way. Should be good. We should be good. I've got pictures from Reese. Pictures from Reese. I've got pictures coming in. I've got pictures from everybody. We've got pictures coming through. We've got We have got, look, officially, look at this. This isn't from Reese. This is a surprise entry. Look at that for a Wicked Bricks display case. That thing is gorgeous. So talk about putting it behind your sofa. That is beautiful. That box is massive as well. That's a good place to put that. Very, very nice. So we're talking ships at the moment. So we've got the Titanic. We've got the Titanic on the go, finished in a beautiful. I'm assuming that's potentially a Wicked Bricks display case with the really nice backdrops that they do, because they do the customized backdrops for everything. And then the next one is from Reese, which is on the go with these. And again, that's got to be close to 2 base plates in length. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on with that. Yeah, very nice. So team boats are underway at the moment then. One thing I don't have a big boat. I don't have a big boat. You can take that as you like, but I don't. Right, so that is that. And then we are on to the next bit. Yeah. So if Ryan is lurking in the background, Ryan, have you just put that there? Yeah, we go. Float your boat, says Ryan. That's it. Have you just done that now? Yeah, well, keep us up to date. Keep us up to date with how you're getting on. It's always nice. It's always nice to see what people are building, what people are doing. And of course, if you can't send the photos over for whatever reason, just let me know what it is you're doing, and I'll get them up on the Lego website. The Lego website's always up and running. If you're thinking or something you've just ordered, something that you've just done, whatever it is, just let us know what it will be. And that is the whole point of these streams. Just let us know what you're getting up to, and we'll go from there. Had someone last night that wanted to argue about how strong and sturdy the UCS 8080 is. Okay. Fair enough. What do they do? Glue it together? He must have used Craggle. That's the only thing I can think of. But then also at the same time, this is the problem with certain sort of people's thought process. Is I was listening to quite an interesting I don't know, it's like a little podcast thing, like a short podcast thing that came up, and they said the same thing that I said about the Falcon. They said they couldn't quite understand how everybody thinks it's one of the best sets ever when the building experience is just not that enjoyable. The end result is, and they understood that, but when you try to speak to people about the building experience, it doesn't matter. It's like, well, it's part of the set, isn't it? Because it was so fragile. 321 has just done the Falcon, and it took 2 people to move the Falcon and put it into the display case before the bits and pieces fell off. Jay's seen what it's like as well. Once it's in, it's gorgeous. And the 8080 with the same thing as well. The legs on the 80 are okay; they're fine, but it's just the hips. It's just the hips on the side. So, yeah, maybe it was glue. Maybe it was glue. So Reese says, I really want to get the Titanic. That display, yeah, the display in the case looks amazing because of the backdrops that they've got. Jay's got the Home Alone house in a display case with this like a snowy backdrop, because they've even got places where the cars and everything go, and you've got the line of minifigures at the front. So they're very, very well thought out. So yeah, they do work really good. But yeah, there's some nice cases, some nice displays out there that you can do different bits and pieces with. Again, with the cases, they're just big. That's the thing. They are big things, but they look fantastic. But no, it's yeah, because I will at some point try and get mine actually finished, but you saw the problems I had with mine earlier. Oh, but a purple. That is a Cadbury. Is it a Cadbury's? That's a very bright purple. So yeah, I did have some problems with mine, but there's the purple. Nice, isn't it? So this is obviously this is the Shara shaft. This is officially it. If Sean wasn't buying mine, I'd let you have it, Reese. Sean doesn't know he's buying it yet. It's a pain in the ass. Yeah, it's what the display case is a pain. I said I try not to even look at mine. I try and hold my breath for the whole stream. That's why it's behind me, John, because I breathe forward. So so Scrap Daddy finally getting back to building, starting with my little Lego store. Now, what's the SKU number on that one? So I've got a funny feeling Reese is just done as of this morning, potentially the same set as you, but if it's a different one, I can get them both up on the screen because Reese has just done a Lego store as well. So I wonder if you two had just had the same idea today, or they're slightly different. Oh, we are. I'm going to share this bit with everybody. This is the important bit. This is the bit that all of you have been waiting for. Shara shaft. That's what it's been named. So this is the shaft that is going straight up, I do believe, Charizard's back bottom. I have a funny feeling that this is what this bit is. And you can see it's going to be super sturdy because it's in by 4 Technic pins. So it shouldn't go anywhere. As long as I've actually built them properly, it'll be fine. So we are about to put the shaft in. So those nice purple bits you now can't see. And I'm assuming it goes to the deck. I guess. I've just guessed with that. Yeah, I'm assuming it must go level. So there's 8 pins holding this. So my hand is now wrapped around the shaft. So this should, look, see how sturdy this is? This should be every single UCS Pokemon set. And it's not. It just isn't. So there we go. That is a strong shaft. There I am, just waving it about. Like, there we go. Right, let me get that up. So Scrap Daddy says 40574. Right, let's have a look. Lego. 40574. Oh, it could be the same one. I think it might be the same one. So let's have a look. See, so 40574 is going to be Scrap Daddy's back to it, and this is it. And what a lovely set this is. So this is the retired set. This has been long gone retired now. There are different versions of the different sets, and this is one that I don't have. I have a different version of this, and this is a very, very nice looking set. It does look great. They might, if you're lucky, you might still get it at your local Legoland park because you've got the pick a brick wall. They've got the wall at the back for the shop. You've got all the bits and pieces at the top. It's a very clever thing. But I do believe if you bought maybe 2 or 3 of them, you might be able to make it as like a modular building. And but yeah, it's got basically everything in that you'd want. You've got your little Lego display on the left hand side. You've got your castle, your train, and all the other little bits and pieces on the right hand side. And then that's what that looks like. But mine is, mine's completely different to that. So mine was the one that I built up a little while ago. So again, it's a Lego store, but it's just something completely different. So mine's just a little bit different, I guess. You got it's a modular roof, so it doesn't open up, and you've got all the bits and pieces on the inside. So it's more of a micro scale one, which is actually a giveaway. This one. But yeah, you got the little staircase up to the top, and you've got this. It's the same sort of thing, but it's just the same sort of just different layout. But there is others as well. So yeah, they do look nice. They work really well, I think. When I find the second set in the attic, I might do the rebrickable build. Well, you need to tell Reese about that because Reese was saying the exact same thing to me this morning. Ultra Collect said, what Lego website? For what, Reese? What? Matt, that means you were stitching me up as the rabbit set, as that was the code. Well, it wasn't. That wasn't the code you gave me before, because I typed in the code. You gave me the wrong SKU number. So if Ultra Bricks was here, he would back me up, because you gave me a different number. You gave me the giveaway number, and then I just didn't bother typing it back in again and just left that page up there and just kept telling you that it was the wrong number. The first time you gave me the wrong number, the second time you didn't, and I just didn't retype it back in the background. I just pretended to type it in and then just got the and just put it back up. So yeah, I kind of stitched you up, but didn't quite. You sort of set yourself into a matrix trap on that one, because you gave me 31133, didn't you? Was it that one? No, it wasn't that one. It was the year of the rabbit, wasn't it? Giveaway. You gave me year of the rabbit as the giveaway, and that's why I was amazed that it worked. So you gave me 40575. So you were one digit off. That's what it is. Look. So you were one digit off. So if I get it up onto the Lego website, yeah, there we are. Look, I'll prove it to everyone. So on here, if I change, so we're SKU number, look, 40574. If I type in 40575, it comes up with the rabbit. And that is the number that you gave me. Year of the rabbit. I'm sure that was a rabbit. So, yeah. So the rabbit appeared. I don't know why the rabbit appeared, and then I just never retyped the code back in. So yeah, there's some nice people collecting different bits and pieces. Oh yeah. Well, I generally typed that number in, then it was the right rabbit, and then I just never retyped it back in. So I just had it. Oh, look, you've given me the same number again. Right, so we've just done the Charizard shaft. That is the sturdy bit. So that is number step 33. We're on page 38 of 252 of this booklet. Remember, we have skipped building the big Blastoise to get the base together, and then we'll go back to those little bits and pieces. So I am intrigued if we're just going to have the much larger bits on this one now. And of course, everybody that's liked the video so far, guys, again, thank you very, very much indeed, because it massively helps. Massively helps with everything. And then, of course, if there's anything that you are building, doing, or thinking of, even Rebrickable, if you want me to have a look at anything on Rebrickable, Bricklink, anything like that, let us know what it is. And then... yeah, we can have a look, see of what it is you're actually doing today. DGI is possibly somewhere lurking in the background, building Apocalypseburg today, which is exciting. Reese is doing the shipping container. Jay is balls deep into sorting out his toy room, so he's lurking in the background. I'm obviously plodding along with this. Ultra is doing this on a different bit. Ultra Collector, that is. Ultra Bricks is hopefully just lurking in the background, and Scrap Daddy is building some different bits and pieces as well. So yeah, let us know what it is that you're doing, building and enjoying. And John is also thinking of doing the blue space as well. So because that's, I think the more they do of those, the more they're going to look really nice on display. And I was having this conversation this morning, like, I'm looking at the minifigure Santa over there. Because it's an upscaled model, would it work with the upscaled models on this Miniland display that I'm currently doing? Because could I get away with some of them? Or do I just not go down that rabbit hole? No, so what I did, Ultra, is I've done everything up until doing the Blastoise, and I've just started doing the base, because what I need to do is I need to make sure that the base will fit, because what I'm going to do, I'm going to literally, now I can just plonk this in, get the template of the base, and then we can figure out where the loop coast and everything's going to. As we build, we start to display all the bits and pieces at the same time. So yeah, it's just seeing sort of, you know, what's going on with all those bits and bobs. So yeah, it's just one of those. That's all it is. It's just one of them. So, well, I think he's timed them out for a year, and I mean, something's obviously gone wrong. All it was all we were going to do was start off a team hashtag the shipping container, and I don't know. It's all gone wrong. It's all gone. It's all gone wrong. It's another Sean moment all over again, isn't it? It's all gone. There Reese was having a nice little chat in the background, and then all of a sudden, boom! His tag team partner gets kicked out, and I don't know what to say. And I can't do anything about it. I mean, I can't undo it. I can't bring. Powerless. Look, powerless. Shocking behavior. Shocking behavior. Ultra Collect says, brilliant set. I don't have any versions on that set. Anyone want to trade? What is it you're looking for? You could try it, John. We know. Well, if you try and use the Force and just be very, very careful. Because I think the upscale figures work nicely. And I mean, I could. Things are realistically with enough breathing space. If you put them back to back side on, you could get 2 on 1 base plate with a path going all the way around the outside, I think. I'll grab mine after I put these pieces together and I'll stand it on a base plate just so I can actually see. But I don't know. Yeah, I have to read into the T's and C's of what involves being banned, Ryan. There must be a tick box for it. So are you after a Lego store Ultra? Because probably it depends on what scale you're after, because the Bricklink Designer Program did a fantastic one, which I don't have. I don't know anybody that has one, but you might be able to do a good trade for that, because that would be a set value trade. And that's rare as anything. Whereas the other ones, they should be easy enough to get, maybe. I saw them rebrickable with 3 of the Lego stores. You can make a 2 base plate modular. Ooh. Ooh, okay. I can have a, yeah, all right, let's get that. Let's have a look then. Mox rebrickable. What we up to? Lego store. Right, so there's a fair few of them on rebrickable. So yeah, depending on, let's have a quick look at rebrickable then. Oh, bop, 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 bop. Yeah, so there's a few of them that you could do. So you've got top designer ones are these, but look at this 2026. Oh, that's not a reuse, though, is it? That's okay. I love these, but I'd rather just be able to buy the set and then just part them out rather than actually hunting the parts down. So no, that's not the type I was after. It was this, isn't it? Maybe. Yes, it is. So it's the mock is a modification of the following. So it just lets you know what else it is you need to do. So that's a nice little touch. Some of them will just be two of them. I've got the I Heart Battersea Power Station on there. There you go. Look, you've got the Cardiff grand opening from 2025. So we had a special giveaway purchase one for that if required. That tells you all the parts that are needed, and you've got all the different employee figures and all that kind of stuff in there. You've got different retail stores. Yeah, there's a fair few of them. Which do look really nice. It's just dependent on obviously what it is you can backtrack and what it is you can do. Uses 2 sets. Year of the Rabbit 2012. That's the one that you're after. Year of the Rabbit 2012. Okay. Yeah, it was Reese wanted it. Reese is after the Year of the Rabbit as well, I think. I think that's what it was. Yeah, let us know how you're getting on with those, John, and how you actually managed to get moving all those bits and pieces, because you're braver than I am. But because I think what I'm going to do is maybe what I could do for a Christmas special, wouldn't this be nice, is take apart the 8080 to a point of where it's knackered and then rebuild it live just to show everybody how sturdy it actually is. And we will see for ourselves, because I started to do a video diary of the build, and all of its underbelly, you just couldn't touch it. And I was looking at it going, why is it only attached by sort of, it's just silly. It's a display piece. You can't move it about. It's just a display piece. And I was losing my mind with it. I nearly uploaded the video as well. I thought, I'm actually going to get banned on my own channel. So I thought, no, I can't. I can't do that. There was probably about 30, maybe 40 horn beeps over me swearing. I was not happy with it. Because what I've got, because depending on where I build the sets, obviously, I got the Colosseum up. I got the Colosseum up the loft ladders, carrying it like a pizza, and it was absolutely fine. You go to move the 8080 and it falls apart. So if you can't carry, if I can carry something with one hand and just pick it up like that, which is that huge Colosseum, pick it up like this with the loft ladders pretty much vertical, and tip it into my chest and get it all the way up the loft ladders so I can get it through the loft hatch. And you only lose maybe one or two smaller pieces. Perfectly fine. If you tell me that you can move this thing, not a chance. Not a chance. No, we're not. Yeah, that's it. We're not. We're not at the same part of the build. I think Ultra Collector, you're behind. I think Ultra Collector's behind, because the chat's coming. Your chat's a couple of minutes behind where we're at. So if you hear this part, just skip it forward so you then know. No, that's it. It's no big deal, is it? Right, we're 18 votes in for the poll. 61% of you would like a Pokemon City. See, look at that, doing a little product research for the Lego group here. I wonder. Well, because could they just do all of them as a nice, almost like the Ninjago Temple City scale, or bigger? Actually, they gave us like the temple, what, double that. Yeah, they could do some nice. They could do some nice bits. They could do some nice bits on that. Right, we're getting some size in. Oh, the Lego store we were looking at. Yes, there's some nice bits and pieces on the Lego store. There's some nice ones. So yeah, Reese has. I do believe that's completed now from Reese. I think Reese has finished it and is continuing with the shipping container. I do believe. There's bits and pieces going on with this, so you can see what this is doing. You sent me some filth? Have you sent me some filth? Oh. So I've just got a message from Ultra Bricks. Hey Matt, get an error message when trying to comment since Jay did what he did. What if you... Because we know there's problems with the Instagram chat at the moment, isn't there? No. Right. Oh, well, there we know. There we are. So Ultra Bricks at the moment isn't able to communicate with anybody because it keeps coming up with an error message. I don't know what I can do about that because there is still problems with the chat. We know there's been problems for a while. I wonder. I wonder. Right. Talking to the devil, Jay's now just sent a message. That's what Jay's getting up to at the moment. Lights are in on the big boy. Yeah, so keep sending us photos of all the different bits and pieces. Right, let's have a look. I wonder, what can I do? What can I do? Oh, I wonder if I made. I wonder if I made. Oh, I don't know if Ultra's. If I made Ultra a temporary mod, would it override the error? If a power of the spanner was available for a period of time, do we try it? That's not bad. Do we try it? Can I do that? Right, there's one or two things are going to happen. The whole live stream's either going to explode, or try that. Right. Right, that's not a bad shout actually. Would that override it? Would that override it? Yeah, so I'm now speaking to Ultra via Instagram chat because it's just failing. You can't send a message. You can't participate at the moment. So did wonder why it's so quiet. So clearly there's certain things aren't working. But I've made Ultra a mod, so fingers crossed Ultra can come back, and then we will set up a petition for the shipping container. And of course, I think the shipping container is going to be the channel mascot, just like Willy Wonka. I think that's what's going to end up happening anyway. I'm now lost with where I'm supposed to be. Where's my length? There's my length. Yeah, Reese, you'll be all right. You'll be okay. I was just saying the Year of the Rabbit was, yeah. So obviously all the different year sets, obviously, as you know, were released year on year on year on year, and that Year of the Rabbit was 2012. They're not. I don't know what they are to buy now. To be honest, it's something I've never looked at. I've never looked at secondhand, so I don't know. I don't know. I just sent Lego King a message earlier saying I'm currently live, so I'll listen to your voicemail after, your voice note after, and he's just sent me another voice note. Yeah, you're a bit behind. It's all right. Don't worry. It's okay. But no, last time thing, if you remember with Sean, it all went wrong. Yeah, no, there's been problems with the YouTube chat for a little while, and it seems to be that if anything gets changed, because it happened with Sean, if anything gets changed, it all goes to Pete Tong. So the problem is now is what happened before. It had the knock-on effect of it crashing the whole chat, and then nobody can chat. So what I'm gonna now have to do every couple of minutes is keep putting an emoji in, because it failed for me, if you remember, and then I couldn't chat to people. Ultra Collect says he can unsubscribe and then maybe come back in, possibly. I don't know if Ultra Bricks, I don't know if it's lurking in the background. I'm not too sure. Hopefully, I've sent messages, but they've not landed. Yeah, so it does seem to be that YouTube's been a bit pansy, but we know that this has been a problem now for a little while. So they will do something about it. They will do something about it, but because what I can't do at the moment is the emoji that you guys and girls have got. I can't do it because I've still got Bulbasaur. So if I try and use the Bulbasaur emoji, it says, "Oops, that comment contains an invalid emoji. Edit and try again." So it's not allowing me to do it. So I can add the others, but I can do those two, those two, those two, those two, those two, and those two. But I can't do the blue one. So Reese said I had to reload the stream. Yeah, so drop him a message again. Let's have a look. Sign out. That's it, right? Okie dokie. I think Lego King's lurking in the background as well. Fair enough, Scrap Daddy. Keep us up to date with how you're getting on. Not a problem. It banned English language the other day. Had to type in different languages. Brilliant. That's what we like. Yeah. It would struggle for me to sign out and come back in. I don't think that would work, which is a bit of a shame. Jay said checking that length. He's got what hot dog are you getting? What are you going on for? I'm assuming that might be either Scrap Daddy's talking about food or his little ones, because I don't know what Jay's clocked onto. Right, I'm currently messing around with this, and like I said, this is a solid Charizard shaft. Obviously, this. So we are on this bit coming round and wrapping it through. I am currently multitasking. So now Lego King's just sent me a message saying his chat's not working. So yeah, so basically we've learned that if anything changes moderation-wise, it just knocks everything out. So Lego King. So I'm now getting messages from a lot of people. Try signing out and back in. So basically now, instead of blaming Sean, we've got to blame Jay, because it's the same thing that happened. It's the same thing that happened last time. So try signing out and try signing back in. Well, that's all I can suggest. The whole world will end up exploding on the YouTube stream like this. So is anything actually working? Pass. Yeah, because I know what error messages they are at the bottom. Oh, so it's the German length. There we go. I have the German curry ketchup as well. Yummy. Well, that Jay's talking about length. There's food. There it is. We're away. I'm assuming that's what it was to do with. I wasn't too sure if Jay was talking about the length of this or the actual food that is currently being cooked. So yeah. We've got more of those and more of those. those and those. 2 of them. What have we got? That one and that one. And that one. Yeah, some lengthy length coming in. Yeah, these are big pieces. This isn't a very, obviously it's not a very big base at all, but I'm assuming we've got to be starting off with the actual Charizard soon, so then I can actually move back over to Blastoise, which would be nice. What's going on? Ultra Collector to make a brew. Lovely. Gonna make a brew. Don't tell me that this bit's missing. This bit is missing. Right, 4. Where are you? There. You are... No. That's in. That is... They're both in. There. I don't know. Three of those. 3, 4. Oh, there's definitely something not right then. Oh, that just goes on top. Ah, there we go. Problem solved. Ah, right, okay. It's because I keep calling your name. That's what it is. If I don't call your name, it won't happen. We've learned that with everybody else. They've obviously done a thing where if I shout you out in the chat, they then throw an advert in it. We're learning that. Or again, there's just now a big old problem. Because it was a couple of weeks ago, wasn't it? It was a couple of weeks ago where it all started to go a bit Pete Tong. Okay, here we go. Something's twisted. There's so much torque. The chassis's twisted on the line. Name the film. This is where I now lose it because you shouldn't have to beat the bejesus out of it to push it on. Why? Am I being really thick? I can't quite figure out why that, look, isn't pushing down. What's going on with this? This is giving me back nightmares of something else that happens. It shouldn't be. There's no reasoning why it does. What is it set itself to? It should be set to. It's not. I think it's either set to low or balanced. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be any more than that. Maybe it's because I'm on for so long, and the longer you're on, the more it throws in. Let's see what I can do. Where is it? Hang on. Try that. Pass. Pass. It's set to, everything's set to the lowest. So something's going on with YouTube at the moment then. Something's gone. Yeah, Scrappy says I don't get loads of ads, and that's it. So it must be. I think it's when I say your name. So from what I'm learning, because I keep saying Jay's Toy Collection UK and I keep saying Jay will then suddenly start to get an advert. And I've been saying Ultra Collector's name in the chat quite a lot as well. So I'm assuming that's what it might be to do with. So maybe maybe it's because I'm calling you out. That's all it is. And they're like, oh, this person's popular. And it goes from there. But no, I'm looking at all the analytics in the background, and there's absolutely no reasoning why. Because there's just nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. It must be they know, because John says it. Because if John's typing away and you lot are talking away, and I don't mention your name, but every time I mention John's name, it will then he says he gets an advert. So there you go. I just won't say your names. I will just respond back to your comment. We'll try that. See, Reese says, me neither, really. There we go, then. So pass. Maybe it hates Jay. Maybe the algorithm's just getting its own back on causing issues, chaos, and carnage. And the issue, chaos, and carnage on this is it's going to fall apart because something has twisted. There's not enough weight on this side to keep this bit down. Or is that bit the wrong way around? It can't be that. It can't be that silly. Ooh. Naughty. Do not start to undo yourself. I have got the worst hate. Here it is. There we go. I've got the worst hate relationship with Lego pieces and Technic. It does not belong. But there should be no reasoning why this is off. So is it done the same thing? Yeah, it has. I'm assuming one of these bits is supposed to be mirrored, and they're not. That's what I'm assuming. There you go. Pass. I've just spun it the other way around and now it's smooth. It's now going on to that stud. So there's obviously something somewhere in the matrix isn't gone right. Peter Tong. Reese has done the first 2 stickers of the ship. Nice. Jay said it had too much tension. Just needed to be released. Like Jay's bowels. So Lego King, everybody can have to say hello to Lego King because Lego King can't chat either, apparently. So Lego King's now sending me messages through that saying he can't chat. Jay's, oh no, he's got a full-blown... Oh no, Jay's made a mess, I think. We've had an accident. We've had an accident. Now, be a bit of a nightmare, but the only thing I can think of doing is restarting the stream. That's the only thing I can think of doing. Because you lot know that I would end it and then literally... No, I don't think what they can... I just don't think they can leave a comment, Scrap Daddy. It's coming up with error messages. So the only thing I can think of doing is ending the stream, setting up another one in 5 minutes and just starting again. Not that I particularly want to do that, but I could. We could literally... We've got the technology to do it, and you lot are there. So you just have to literally give me a couple of minutes and just refresh it for it to go live. Because I don't know. Oh no, there we go. Oh, don't start doing this. Don't. I'm getting flashbacks now to Batman and all sorts of stuff where these for me always warp. Does anybody else have this problem? There we go. That was what we wanted. Just spin it around the other way. Yeah, so Lego King, if you're reading what Jay's just written, he says they need to sign out their YouTube account, sign back in, and restart the app, apparently. So I did say that to Lego King, but Lego King said no joy. So, but I can still do it. I can still chit chat and talk away. I haven't had the error yet. No error yet. So, oh, I'm not hungry. No, I'm not hungry. I've got loads of snacks here. I have got, honestly, like this whole weekend, I have got stuff up here, not even penetrated this. I've got little snacks and all sorts of stuff. Yeah, that's it. This was all about everybody's good fun and friendly. So we'll just try and sort these things out and what's actually going on. Hopefully it'll sort itself. It won't sort itself, but it's an exact mirror copy. Oh, we're still going on with this base. So bag 52 for this. Bag number 52. Right, so we're on bag 52, step 54, page 51. So it's all about the 50s at the moment, and we are starting off with two very light brown bits. Which I've only got orange ones, so we'll go for bright We've got bright orange, and they've given us like a dark. That's odd. That color does not match up. Is that right? It's got to be. We got Lego King. Where's Lego King? I've seen Lego. Is Lego King here? Ah. Where is Lego King? We don't know. Maybe he's not even here. Maybe he's just lurking. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? You could try it because you could specifically be for brickheads, and then you could just build because you could have lots of content for like a brickheads thing. So if that's going to be your sole focus, then yeah, it kind of makes sense having that. Obviously, you're going to struggle to branch out with the name of a brickhead, but if that is what you're literally going to be doing, and you're going to get all of them over a period of time, then they release enough of them over the year to have a good amount of content going over. How many of them have you got? What time is it? I'm actually now just looking at the chat thinking we got Scrap Daddy was the last one to join us. Yeah, we should go. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I might close it down and restart it. I'm tempted because we can just do another hour and a half. Because we're coming up to 13.7. We're getting close to 6 p.m., aren't we? So got another 2.5 hours to do. I was going to do a long, lengthy one today. So yeah, I was going to carry on for like another 2.5 hours. So maybe I might set it up in the background, literally shut this one down, and then just start again and just copy and paste everything, and then put a part 2. That's what I might do. I'm going to try it. We're going to try it. Right. So you guys and girls are with me with what I'm going to do. I think I'll try it just to see if it works, because I'm now actually thinking we got a lot of names. We got a lot of people coming and going and hovering about, but normally there's a lot more people chit-chatting than this. So I think maybe there's a lot of people having this problem. Right. So I'm just going to set another live up in the background, and then I will literally shut this one down and just get going again. And we'll just see what happens. So that's all we can do, isn't it? And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's not great for the algorithm, but you guys will still be here. And then if anybody else can chit chat, then that's perfectly fine. So I'm setting up a live stream while live. Check this out. And we're just going to be doing the exact same thing. It's just going to be a copy and paste. So I want to do this. I've got the A-Team music stuck in my head now. That's the kind of mission that we're on. That's what we are doing. Get all of these bits and pieces together. Lives. I'll schedule it for a couple of minutes. So I give it a couple of minutes to actually get in there. So there we go. You guys can go entertain yourselves quickly. I've got to do another introduction, pretending I'm all excited. Hello and welcome. There we go. That's a good shout, actually, Jay. Jay says try StreamYard. Hang on. The only thing is it goes through YouTube chat, though, doesn't it? But no, I'll try it. Yeah, I'll try it. Okay. That's not a bad shout. Lucky I've just seen that. I was about to set that up. So live stream, destination, title, copy and paste. Copy. Because what I can do is I can set it up and then you guys can let me know that it's working in the chat. And then I can just end this. Probably have a pee, to be honest, and then just carry on, which would be nice. Schedule for later, but we're going to go 6 o'clock. Yeah, that's it. There's just problems with it, isn't there? Right, it's not a problem. We can overcome. I don't care, do I? It's not a massive issue as long as we can overcome it. So I've got a stream set for 6. I just need to add a thumbnail. I'm just going to add the same thumbnail, and I can change that later on. So it does not matter. So desktop, Lego City, thumbnails. Same thumbnail. That's the badger. Apply. No, we can just use the fancier software and see what it does. All right, so you guys have to let me know if that's working. Because what I'd do is I'll do a full reset. I'll do a full reset my end, and then we'll carry on. So if anybody is just jumping in and having problems, I've just set up another stream that will go live in 4 minutes. Can somebody just have a look and see if it is there? And if it is there, you guys can go and start chatting in that. It's visible. Right, it's visible. Right, so we will end this. I will have a pee. And then I will catch up with you guys and girls in the chat of the next one. And then we'll just go from there. So if anybody can chat, can you let me know that you've just seen it? Right, I'm even going to type it in. New live stream is now set up. Starts in a few minutes. Right, makes sense? All good? Everybody happy with that? So Reese, understand, Ultra Collector, everybody else, because there's not enough of you talking, so I'm just concerned that something has actually kicked, because it's been quite quiet since that happened. So Jay's copy and pasted the new link. Yeah, there's obviously something clearly. It did do this last time this happened, didn't it? When anything slightly changes. So hopefully the notifications will get sent out to people. It'll be in a couple of minutes and we will kick things off. StreamYard, what is the countdown for that? 6 p.m. Yeah, fine. So I will. Perfect. Right. I'll have a pee and then we'll just start again. All right. So if anybody is lurking in the background, head over to you guys just start chatting in the other one. I'm going to reset all of this in case there's a problem this end, which I don't think there is. Just reset it all. I'll get another poll set up and then we'll just carry on. So, right. I will see all of you over on there. Right, guys. See you in a minutes. Take care. Bye. End stream. End.